Yeah. Yeah, what it do, what it do. Welcome to another stream with your guy, man. Listen, bro, they accusing Jay-Z of some horrific things, man. Do I believe it? I'ma start off with saying, bro, I don't wanna believe this, bro. So there's some stuff we gotta talk about. We gotta get to it. We gotta see what's up. We gotta talk about the facts. Bruh, I don't know, but I just hope my boy Diddy, come on, bro. Jay-Z can't be on that Diddy-ish, bro, please. I mean, we talked about it. It been some accusers and all that, but I don't believe it. I don't want to believe it. Like, I should say, I really don't want to believe this. So, like, we about to get to this topic, man. We about to get to this topic. We ain't gonna waste no time, gang. We here. Y'all know what we doing. Y'all know when some topics appear, bro, we talk about them. We don't duck them. Jay-Z, bro, I'm a New Yorker, bro. You gotta understand, like, Jay-Z is all we got left. Like, Jay-Z all we got left in the sense of, like, bruh, not Jay-Z too. They already said Diddy on that, but not Jay-Z too. Come on, gang. Don't do us like that. Don't be like the diddler, Jay. Please. Please, Jay. That's gonna crush niggas. But we know Jay-Z got a lot of people that got his back, though, regardless. Even if this, let's just say, for example, if this lawsuit, that whatever's alleging this lawsuit, if it's true, Jay-Z gonna definitely have the best of the best out there trying to, you know what I'm saying, change the narrative. But like I said, we ain't gonna waste too much time. Y'all know me. I don't duck the topics. We gonna get right to it, man. I hope it ain't true. I hope it ain't true. But Jay-Z did get hit with a lawsuit, bro. Let's talk about it real quick. Let's Google the lawsuit, Jay-Z lawsuit, and then we'll get to a video that kind of talks about some of Jay-Z's allegations before this lawsuit. Let's see. Jay-Z lawsuit, 13-year-old.
Hour here on Live Now from Fox, and we do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you. It was being reported by TMZ and now Fox News. We are learning that Jay-Z is accused of raping a 13-year-old girl.
This sounds horrible.
That is new in the Diddy lawsuit, and the new allegations are just coming out this evening. Jay-Z is being accused of raping a minor along with Diddy at a MTV VMAs after party back in 2000, according to documents obtained by Fox News Digital tonight. The lawsuit, which was initially filed...
And remember the VMAs, bro? They don't even have a VMAs no more. That used to be lit.
Back in October, was refiled tonight in New York by an anonymous accuser claiming Jay-Z, whose full name is Sean Carter, raped her while Combs and Celebrity B watched. So that other celebrity was not named. Initially, the lawsuit stated Combs raped the minor while Celebrity A and Celebrity B watched. Carter was named as Celebrity A in the refiled lawsuit. Representatives for Jay-Z did not immediately respond to Fox News' digital request for comment. Combs and Carter allegedly, quote, took turns assaulting the minor, according to the lawsuit. Many others were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault, it alleges.
Bruh, do I believe that? I ain't even gonna sit here and come with an opinion. I can't even come with an opinion first. Like, let's watch the video real quick. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is crazy, dog. They said 13 years old. Niggas was 31, 32. This sound crazy. What was she doing at the VMAs at 13? It's mad stuff that sound crazy about this.
13-year-old girl was dropped off at Radio City Music Hall by a friend as she wanted to attend the MTV Video Music Awards back.
But how you 13 and you getting dropped off at the Video Music Awards? When I was 13, I ain't have no way to get to no Video Music Awards. But I don't know if I believe this, bro. I don't know. But let me not even say if I believe it or not. We got a long night.
The assault, it alleges. The 13-year-old girl was dropped off at Radio City Music Hall by a friend as she wanted to attend the MTV Video Music Awards back in 2000.
What friend you got at 13 years old that's old enough to drive and drop you off at Radio City Music Hall? At 13 years old, what friend you got that could just drop you off somewhere? Your parents supposed to know where your every movement is. Your parents supposed to be aware of you. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Please don't take the last great man from New York City. This nigga's a billionaire, bro. He made it out the projects. Please don't let this nigga be filth too, bro. Please. I'm gonna be sick, my nigga. I might throw up on stream.
According to the lawsuit, in an attempt to gain entry to the venue, she began approaching limousine drivers waiting outside the celebrity-filled event. One of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for Diddy, the lawsuit read. He told her that Combs liked younger girls and said that, quote, she fit what Diddy was looking for. Now,
13 years old, and a driver told a 13-year-old, you fit what Diddy's looking for?
Not allowing her into the awards, but inviting her to an after party. The 13-year-old, quote, recognized many celebrities upon arrival at the party and was required to sign a non-disclosure agreement. However, she was not given a copy. Combs, who would have been 30 years old at the time, then allegedly attempted to force the girl to perform oral sex on him. He stopped after she hit him in the neck, according to the lawsuit here. So now Jay-Z.
She hit him in the neck? So a 13-year-old was able to force a 31-year-old man or a 30-year-old man. It was two men. They're allegedly Jay-Z and Diddy. I don't know, bro. I don't know. This is sick.
Being accused in this now 24 years ago, raping a 13-year-old alongside Diddy at an after party here. So these are the newest allegations rocking the music world this evening, and we wanted to bring that to your attention all right here on Live Now from Fox. Of course, we will continue to follow this major story as the Diddy saga continues, and now more celebrities getting caught up in it here. These new...
Bro, did y'all think Jay-Z would be the next celebrity? Did y'all think Jay-Z would be the first celebrity that they calling?
Rap and media mogul Jay-Z now accused of raping a 13-year-old girl in 2000 along with Sean Diddy Combs. Now, this lawsuit was originally filed back in October in the Southern District of New York, listing Diddy as the defendant, but it was just refiled today to include Jay.
Motherfucker, dog. This is an ugly nigga right here. This nigga's a billionaire though. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. This is disgusting. We played with the idea that, yo, who else is guilty in the industry other than Diddy? But bro, if Jay-Z literally gangbanged allegedly, if Jay-Z had anything to do with gangbanging a 13-year-old with Diddy, that's crazy. That's nuts.
Jay-Z now, whose real name is Sean Carter. Of course, he's the husband of Beyonce. The anonymous accuser alleging the assault occurred after she was driven to an after party following the MTV Video Music Awards. The suit says she was offered a drink that made her feel, quote, woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down.
So that would be drugging because she's 13 years old. She can't even drink. So if you gave her alcohol or anything else that's illegal or an alcoholic beverage, that's illegal. She's 13.
Shortly after, the suit claims Jay-Z and Diddy entered the room where she was resting, eventually sexually assaulting her. And now, just in the last hour, we are hearing from Jay-Z and his team of lawyers. They are denying the claim and say that they are the victims of blackmail, saying, quote, I will not give you one red penny.
Right. You ain't getting one red cent. If you ain't do it, Jay, don't give up nothing, bro. They're going to do like they did Diddy. But they can't do like they did Diddy if you're innocent.
And my only heartbreak is for my family. Joining us now to break this all down as it's happening, News Nation Law and Justice contributor, former FBI Special Agent Jennifer Coffendorfer. Jennifer, thanks for staying with us on this.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And so we just received a response from the victim's lawyer, really just in the last few minutes. Take a look. This is on social media. A lawyer, Tony Busby, saying Jay-Z has, quote, tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff, but his conduct has had the opposite impact. He goes on to say that the allegations speak for themselves and he will let the facts come out in court, not in the media. What do you make of this real-time back and forth that we're seeing between these two parties tonight?
Well, it is interesting, and I think it's because Jay-Z came out so strongly and said, listen, I'm going to go after you. And then he filed a suit quickly on the heels of the other suit against Busby and the accuser. So because of that, you're seeing this taunting sort of back and forth in the media.
Do you believe that we may see Jay-Z face a judge? And if so, when would we see him in court? Any indication there yet?
Well, we're definitely going to see him, I believe, on this suit. There are so many details. You know, they describe a house,
Health and wealth to
a
my family and
driveway,
myself.
another woman being there. They discuss about a driver taking her. So she's locked into this story now, and that means there could be additional witnesses to corroborate her story or refute the story.
Yeah, I know you've mentioned the specificity of the
You don't even want to have these type of pictures with a nigga like Diddy when they got your name floating around talking about you R-worded a 13-year-old with him. I'm surprised Jay-Z ain't pay to have all pictures of him and Diddy scrubbed from the internet.
Details really stand out to you in this filing. Do you find it strange that the filing originally did not include Jay-Z, just Diddy, and now Jay-Z is suddenly added today? I mean, does that make Jay-Z's addition in any way less credible, or is this not in fact so unusual?
It's not unusual when they're still digging up information and facts to prove the allegations that they're trying to make. In addition, remember, this 13-year-old says there's a female there. That has not been disclosed either. That will be very interesting.
Who the
because
female?
she could be culpable in
Who y'all think the female is?
this as well.
Yeah, that is interesting. Do you expect we are going to be seeing other celebrity names added and refiled in other lawsuits involving Diddy?
I do. I think this really has a web that wraps around many different people, and I think we're going to see a lot more people named.
Tell me more about the details of any.
You're 88. 88, welcome to the chat, bro. How you feeling tonight? You see the title of the video, bro? What you think about this, man? What you think about this Jay-Z accusation, bro?
Potential blackmail. We do see Jay-Z and his team really coming out swinging, making that allegation. Wouldn't that be a fairly easy allegation to prove? I mean, if in fact Busby reached out trying to blackmail him, wouldn't they have the receipts for that?
Well, what happened was Busby reached out and offered a mediation session, said that his client was amenable to that. I think that is what Jay-Z is sort of extrapolating as being some sort of, extortion or bribery situation. And really, that shouldn't be seen in that light.
Jennifer Coffendorfer, I know we'll be tracking this. Appreciate your time tonight, as always. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation.
That's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Hold up. Let's get to this video, bro. Jay-Z and Beyonce conspiracy theories. Let's see what's really going on, man. Let's see if we could uncover some other information that might kind of coincide with this real quick, man. I'm hoping that this ain't true. I gotta say that I'm hoping this ain't true, bros.
Beyonce have been one of the most iconic couples in Hollywood over the past couple of decades. For a long time, the majority of fans have loved them and aspired to have a relationship like theirs. But over the years, many conspiracy theories have followed them as well, especially recently with all of this.
Well, it's an allegation only at this time. Bro, the Diddy situation started off as an allegation only too, bro. A civil suit allegation. I don't know, gang.
Stuff that has come out.
I hope it ain't true, bro. Jay-Z, all New York got left as like a black mogul, millionaire, billionaire.
Against Diddy and aspired to have a relationship like theirs. But over the years, many conspiracy theories have followed them as well, especially recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy. However, the dark and disturbing conspiracy theories have followed them ever since their relationship began in 2001. After meeting each other in the year 2000,
What is that? You classic YouTubers, what?
began in 2001.
Classic YouTuber. I'm sorry. I'm sick when I recorded this moment. Oh.
After meeting each other in the year 2000, Jay-Z and Beyonce began dating in 2001. When Beyonce was
Yo, Beyonce looks so fine right here. Don't Beyonce just look so good right here, bro? She just looks so good right
in
here.
the year
Look.
2000, Jay-Z and Beyonce
Like, what? She just glowing. I ain't even gonna lie.
began dating in
This is a fine ass Beyonce right here.
2001. When Beyonce was 19 and Jay-Z was 31, which was already a little strange right off the bat. Regardless, both of them were already fairly successful as artists. Jay-Z had multiple successful albums out, had hit the Billboard charts a few times, and had also worked with artists like Mariah Carey, Biggie, and Kanye. He also created his record label Rockefeller Records. Around the same time, Beyonce was coming up with Destiny's Child, and they also had their fair share of chart-topping hits. And despite the crazy amount of success that they already had, as I'm
Right, prime Beyonce. Kelly Rowland was fine as hell back then too. She still is.
sure most of you guys know, they went on to become some of the biggest artists ever. With Jay-Z becoming a huge music mogul aside from his personal success as an artist, I mean, Jay-Z's been called the greatest rapper of all time by multiple publications, and Beyonce has been named one of the greatest vocalists and entertainers of all time as well. So these two were destined to become a power couple, and that's exactly what they became. The two have collaborated on multiple songs over the years, which helped both of their careers. Jay-Z has released iconic albums like The Blueprint and 444. He's also had many successful business ventures over the
What's your favorite Jay-Z album? To me, it's Reasonable Doubt.
iconic albums like The Blueprint
The Black album was fire too.
and 444. He's also had many successful business ventures over the years with his companies like Rockaware and the 4040 Club, along with his acquisition of Tidal. On top of that, Rockefeller has helped to produce artists like Kanye, Cameron, Beanie Siegel, Jadakiss, and more. Because of all of this, Jay-Z became hip-hop's first billionaire and most recently has an estimated net worth of $2.5 billion. He's one of the best-selling artists of all time and has won 24 Grammys. On the flip side, Beyonce has
24 Grammys, bro. This nigga award room in his mansion is just filled with Grammys. 24 of them things.
put out tons of extremely successful albums and is the only woman in history to have 20 top 10 songs as a solo artist and 10 as a member of a group. She, like Jay-Z, is also
Damn,
one of
what the
the
hell?
songs as a solo
Oh my god, she look mad good on. She must have got her titties done. Bro, did Beyonce get her titties done? Or these natural?
artist and 10 as a member
There's no way this Beyonce natural titties, bro. We gotta look this up right here, bro. Beyonce had to get a boob job. Let me see. Did Beyonce get her boobs done? Gotta be, bro. Gotta be. Beyonce has never publicly confirmed or denied having cosmetic procedures, including breast augmentation. Some speculate that she has had a breast augmentation, liposuction, and nose job, and Botox, but she has not addressed the rumors. Yeah, them titties is done. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't even gotta tell us. Look at this. When do her titties look like this? When do her, like, look at her titties right here, bro. Y'all see her titties above my head? Bro, Beyonce never looked like this. This OD, bro. Hell nah. But fuck it, I'm not mad at her. I ain't mad at her for getting them titties done. She look amazing.
of a group. She, like
That shit's crazy.
Jay-Z, is also one of the best-selling artists of all time, selling over 200 million copies, and she's also won 32 Grammys. Jay-Z and Beyonce got married in 2008. Their first child was born in 2012, and they had twins in 2017. Because of their immense success and their success stories and all of that, their relationship has been coveted by the public for quite a while. It's clear that they were a power couple, as they were two of the most successful artists and business people of all time.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Beyonce a baddie. She been a baddie, bro. Beyonce been a baddie, dog. Like, I don't know why I don't pay attention to her. Probably because, like, I was a kid when she was, like, in her glow era. I was a child. I always thought she was sexy growing up. But I, like, fell off for, like, even looking at her like that. But seeing her in this light right here, in these photos and videos, Beyonce was everything.
Stories and all of that. Their relationship has been coveted by the public for quite a while. It's clear that they
Look at how she look right here, bro. Bad as shit.
were a power couple, as they were two of
Look at her.
the most successful artists and business people of all time when it came to Hollywood. And when you are this powerful and successful, you are bound to have some conspiracy theories following you around. For years, one of the main theories was that Jay-Z and Beyonce were members of the Illuminati. This theory,
Right.
of course, was supported by very shaky evidence.
Bro, Any of y'all ever watched them videos? I was in high school watching them conspiracy theory videos. Let me see if any of them still on YouTube. Let's see. We're not gonna watch it. We're gonna see if it's still on YouTube. I used to watch these from this same. Nah, probably not the same channel. I ain't even had this channel when I was a kid. Let's see what this was. It was let's be conspiracy theory. It wasn't even called conspiracy theory. It was like hip hop evil something type shit. It was like stuff like that. Like it was like 11 years ago. Conspiracy theory. Like it was mad long ago. Like really like 15. It was when YouTube first really came out. Like no funny shit. It was like 2005, 2006. Like I doubt them joints is still viral. Like them videos don't got a lot of like it's not popping up when you look for it. But back in like when YouTube first hit in like 2006, 8, 2005, whatever that was, niggas was watching conspiracy theory videos. Facts. Niggas was.
At least at its inception. For example, one of the main reasons was that Jay-Z and Beyonce would throw up a triangle symbol, which, if you remember, a decade ago was heavily associated with the Illuminati and the all-seeing eye. I mean, back in middle school, I remember every meme was like Illuminati confirmed with the X-Files music and the triangle in the background. In reality, though, this hand sign is supposed to be a diamond that references his label Rockefeller, because a diamond is a rock, if you know what I mean. So, a lot of people just call it throwing up the rock. Regardless, Jay and Beyonce throwing this up has raised eyes from theorists, especially when Beyonce threw that up during her Super Bowl performance in 2013.
Her man is Jay-Z.
On top of that, some of their imagery in their music videos has also garnered some attention. For example, in the music video for Jay-Z's song On to the Next One, there's imagery like crucifixes and skulls that resemble Baphomet, which many people think is referencing the Illuminati or Jay-Z selling his soul to the devil. And Beyonce has also been
that third eye again.
Suspected of this stuff for
that
similar
pyramid.
reasons. For example, some people believe that playing her song Single Ladies backwards reveals a bunch of meanings like the world will bow to me, people's tears will fall. I mean, some of the comments on this video just go to show how many crazy things people were thinking. And I'm going to interject my opinion here real quick.
Like 13 years ago, right? Look, what I just said, bro. I remember I was a kid. I was one of them kids playing this shit backwards, trying to figure out all the shit that the rumors were saying. Bro, I was a typical ass kid. I was coming home after school, Googling shit, trying to figure it out too. Trying to get the secret sauce.
On this video just go to show how many crazy things people were thinking. And I'm going to interject my opinion here real quick. When you play a song backwards and someone tells you what to hear, you're probably going to hear that thing.
Facts.
That's just how your brain works, and it's kind of like the whole Yanny and Laurel thing.
It's true,
so
it's true.
That's not good evidence at all.
Nah, he right. It's true.
Regardless, for this and her other imagery, people thought she too was in the Illuminati. On top of all of that stuff, a lot of people point to this clip of Kanye calling out Jay-Z, asking Jay not to kill him, and instead asking Jay to call him.
I've been sent here to give y'all my truth, even at the risk of my own life, even at the risk of my own success, my own career. I've been sent here to give y'all the truth. Jay-Z called me, bro. You still ain't called me. Jay-Z called me. Hey, bro, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head. Just call me.
Just call me.
This clip was taken from Kanye's notorious St. Pablo tour, where he said a lot of
Kanye was wilding on this tour though.
Other crazy and controversial things, all of which led to him canceling multiple shows and going to a mental health hospital. Kanye has since claimed that they, or a group of elites, possibly involved with Jay-Z, have had him medicated under the guise of bipolar disorder to keep him quiet. And to be entirely fair to this part of the theory, the text messages from Kanye's trainer are definitely very strange. And this wasn't the last time that Kanye had spoke on Jay-Z either, as more recently he talked about the elites controlling him.
They could control Shaq. They could control Charles Barkley. They could control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. Exactly. It's up.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves because Kanye's comments really fueled these conspiracy theories about Jay-Z back in 2016. It got to the point where both Jay-Z and Beyonce commented on the Illuminati stuff, with Jay-Z saying on the song Freemason, "I said that I was a Mason, not that I'm a Mason." He also said, "Am I down with the devil cause my roof come up missing? Is that Lucifer juice in that 2-cup he's sipping?" Basically, he was saying that people were pinning his success on his ties to a group like the Illuminati, or suggesting that he sold his soul to the devil. and clearly he doesn't agree with this stuff. Beyonce also said in one of her songs, "Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess." Regardless, these theories of Jay-Z and Beyonce belonging to a group of shady elites have evolved even further today, with many people suggesting that they were up to even darker practices, more so than just putting weird symbols in their music videos, which brings us back to the beginning of their relationship in 2001. At this point in the video, I do want to say a lot of this stuff I'm going to be talking about is just conspiracy theories and the stuff I have talked about. There really isn't much solid proof for a lot of what I'm going to say, and I'm saying this because a lot of the things they're accused of are extremely serious, and I don't want to be the guy who just levies random accusations with no basis. And I'm not telling you guys what to think. I'm not saying that none of, because one of the main theories lately that and conclusions. You'll see why I'm saying this here in a second. And this is because one of the main theories lately that's being suggested about Beyonce is that she's some sort of evil mastermind who wants to control and dominate the female music industry. At least that's kind of what people seem to be getting at, so let me explain. Back when people were accusing the couple of being members—
First of all, why she look so white right here? Beyonce look pale as hell in this picture.
Members of the Illuminati, they also made darker assumptions that Beyonce was linked to the death of the rising singer.
Oh man, R.I.P. Aaliyah the beautiful.
Aaliyah. Rolling Stone said, "The far reaches of the internet even linked Beyonce's rise to fame with R&B singer Aaliyah's untimely death in 2001, with theorists claiming that Aaliyah was killed because she had tried to get out from under the Illuminati's control. According to that narrative, Aaliyah was meant to be the rightful queen of the music industry, but after her death, Beyonce stepped in to take her place." And this is the thing about these theories, sometimes they include like the Illuminati, sometimes they don't, sometimes it's just like the shady elites, and I think in general they're interchangeable. Theorists have also pointed to J. Cole's song She Knows from 2013 when he referenced Beyonce, Aaliyah, and Left Eye, one of the members of TLC who tragically passed away in a car crash in 2002. And while the mention doesn't have any direct correlation to the theory on the song, people often point out how both Aaliyah and Left Eye, supposed competitors of Beyonce around that time, passed away in 2001 and 2002 respectively. This idea—
Nah, bro, come on, bro. I'm not buying that, bro. Now, because she blew up right after they passed, she has something to do with they passing. I don't know, bro, but let's keep watching.
Yeah, that Beyonce was now queen of the music industry has resurfaced recently with all of the P. Diddy stuff that's coming out, thanks to people like Cat Williams and Jaguar Wright, who are claiming that a lot of industry secrets are going to be exposed.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
With this idea in mind, a lot of people have been saying that female artists in particular are forced to thank Beyonce when they win awards.
Definitely reaching, bro. Definitely reaching.
Typically Grammys out of fear. It may have something to do with the fact that Beyonce, despite winning 32 Grammys, has yet to win Album of the Year. But people online have been putting together these compilations of artists thanking Beyonce.
The artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me. We fucking adore you. You are our light.
Thank you.
Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best
Cat Williams was right about everything being exposed in 2024, though.
videos of all time.
To Beyonce.
Say thank you to Beyonce, just like what the community says.
Beyonce, woo, thank you so much. You clearly are the artist of our lives.
Thank you, Beyonce. You're amazing. Yeah.
The fact that Beyonce made a country record changed the game.
Beyonce and I started out around the same time, and just like all of her fans, I fell in love with her.
Again, these theories so far don't hold much weight and are just speculation, especially because of what people think may happen if the artists don't thank her. For example, there was a tweet posted to Twitter with nearly 600,000 likes from the artist Sia. The tweet reads, "Baby, everything your own nice cat eats, kangaroos dead, nowhere and purple penguins every day, my egg." Which obviously doesn't make any sense, but it spells out Beyonce kidnapped me if you take the first letter of each word. To be fair though,
That's
this
weird.
tweet is about Beyonce.
That is OD weird, though. That is OD weird.
kidnapped me if you take the first letter of each word. To be fair though, this tweet is fake, it was photoshopped, and it became a meme. So far
fake.
we've just looked at conspiracy theories that really don't seem to have any legs to them. But after P. Diddy was recently exposed and indicted, a lot of people have been making much more serious and somewhat grounded accusations against Jay-Z and Beyonce. People believe that over the years, Jay-Z's connections to R. Kelly and P. Diddy mean that he at the very least knew about some of the stuff they were up to, and possibly was even involved. Especially when lawyers involved in Diddy's case right now are saying things like this.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're gonna make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're gonna name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you.
That lawyer even went on to say that there would be some eyebrow-raising names, which is why people think Jay-Z is involved. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends since the 90s, when they were both going up in the music industry. They even collaborated on a track in 1997. On top of that, these two were connected to Aaliyah and R. Kelly, who were married when Aaliyah was only 15. Dame Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z and dated Aaliyah when she was actually of age, said he thought it was morally wrong for Jay-Z to do a collab album with R. Kelly when he did. Dame said, "It's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or raped anybody for that matter." He also said Jay-Z tried getting with Aaliyah too.
I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then it got brought up, and I was like, "F for y'all," but it never worked out for them, and we were both like trying to get at her. I kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other. It's a long story.
Shit, 88. You said Dr. Dre next, possibly.
So you and Jay was both
allegedly. I don't know.
Obviously,
Everybody was getting at it. Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro.
Right.
So there undoubtedly was some shady stuff going down in their circle, as both Diddy and R. Kelly were friends with Jay, and it's possible Jay knew some of the stuff that was going down. By 2007, Jay-Z and Diddy had been friends for a while, and at a performance at Screamfest, Diddy could be seen smacking Jay's butt a couple of times.
Like, bro, and why that always disturbed me seeing this shit. Like, why is you smacking this man ass like this? Jay-Z don't roll that way. I know he don't play like that.
Knew some of the stuff that was going down.
Nah, Jigga, man.
By 2007, Jay-Z and Diddy had been friends for a while, and at a performance at Screamfest, Diddy could be seen smacking Jay's butt a couple of times. Now, I personally don't think this holds that much weight in these theories like some other people do. Lots of friends tend to joke with each other like this, but to be fair, Diddy has been a little bit liberal in some of his jokes. However, 50 Cent took this as an opportunity, as he always does, to clown on the two. It's hard to say how good of friends Diddy and Jay-Z are, but they have been seen together hanging out over the years plenty, so it's safe to assume they are at the very least well acquainted. That's why when all of this news began coming out against Diddy lately, people pointed out how quiet Jay-Z was. Also, if you're unaware of what happened with Diddy somehow, I made a whole video on it, so you guys can check that out if you want to. But basically, Diddy was caught trafficking, racketeering, essaying multiple people, and things along those lines. He was indicted and actually has over 100 lawsuits against him. So Jay-Z's silence on this matter has had a lot of people looking at him sideways. 50 Cent even made a joke about it, as he always does, on his Instagram saying, "Anybody seen Jay?" Puff said he ain't been answering his phone. He's commented more in interviews saying that people who aren't talking about it are probably scared because they were involved.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary.
We don't know that, 88.
About P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
So this is why many people have been pointing the finger at Jay-Z and Beyonce, suspecting they had some sort of involvement in the Diddy situation. Things got even more serious in the past.
Why do these people be looking so evil in some of their pictures, bro? Why do Beyonce look so evil right here? Jay-Z look kind of old man innocent over here. Jay look innocent. Still got a little bit of like crust on his lip from something he ate earlier. But Beyonce got that evil stare, bro. Her stare is diabolical. Look at Beyonce's stare, bro.
Suspecting they had...
That shit is
some
real.
sort of involvement in the Diddy situation. Things got even more serious in the past 2 weeks when Piers Morgan had Jaguar Wright, a singer who's worked with Jay-Z, on his show to discuss the Diddy situation. During this interview, she brought up her opinion on Jay-Z and Beyonce's suspected involvement.
Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign.
Bro, Shorty got the 99. You see these earrings at like the dollar store in them little plastic packets and shit. Shorty got the dollar store earrings.
And that was all funded by Sean
Dope.
Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail, get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly.
And she be speaking some shit though sometimes. She cuckoo too, but sometimes she be right.
How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
To be clear, I couldn't find any articles that said that Jay-Z funded this docuseries, although I did see a few articles saying that Jay-Z declined to be interviewed for the show. She also said in this interview that Jay-Z and Beyonce are a nasty couple who do nasty things. Now, before I tell you what followed, I do think it's important to explain to you who Jaguar Wright is. Like I said, she's a singer who, despite putting out her own solo music, is probably most known for working with people like Jay-Z and The Roots. In the past 5 or so years, she has been making headlines quite often for making a variety of claims, like saying that Mary J. Blige is hiding her true sexuality, and she accused Common of essaying her, which got to the point where Common had to step in and make a statement.
We say this, man, God bless Jaguar. I really don't have any negative thoughts towards her. I was for surely disappointed and hurt when she said what she said about me because it wasn't true. And I know people that have experienced assault, and that's not anything that just say if it's not true. Right. But I also just understand that she may be going through some things that I don't understand.
Over the years, she's made a ton of claims, and in 2020 had an interview with Real Life Productions that has over 2 million views where she is making tons of similar claims. And based on the reception, it looks like a ton of people believe her. In 2022, she even made the claim that Diddy forced a singer to perform fellatio on him. And keep in mind, this was over a year before people were constantly coming out with similar claims about P. Diddy. So there's 2 things that could be happening here. Jaguar Wright could have a deep knowledge of the music industry and its darkest secrets, or she could just be making as many accusations and claims as possible and occasionally getting some of them right. Someone on Reddit said,
it's like she can't be just, how does she just know these specific things though? There's no way she just knows the specifics of these things. She too specific.
She might be right about some of the stuff regarding Diddy, but I'm guessing a lot of it was already known in the music industry. And even a broken clock like Jaguar Wright is right twice a day. And similar to this person's perspective, many people in the actual music industry have written her off as mentally ill. Recently, she was arrested in Dallas for property theft totaling between $30,000 and $150,000 and claimed it was due to her speaking out, according to Vibe. So that's the important background information about Jaguar Wright. And after she went on Piers Morgan and made those claims about Jay-Z and Beyonce, she started a fire. It got to the point that Piers Morgan was reached out to by Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers. The lawyer said, Piers Morgan's irresponsible broadcast filled with lies is so far over the line that a legal ultimatum was warranted. Nobody acting under the guise of journalism can elicit outrageous statements from exploitative situations in an effort to drive clicks and not have to answer for that. Because of this, Piers Morgan apologized and trimmed a segment from his show.
Well, last week I interviewed Jaguar Wright, a singer-songwriter who's made claims about Diddy for years. Those claims had already received a lot of attention in the media across many platforms for many years. And that's the thing about platforms. The reality of the modern world is that pretty much everyone has a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. That's why we invited her on to be interviewed. The people making these claims have an audience with or without shows like mine. Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Again, there are two ways to take this. Beyonce.
Them some powerful people. Not only are you going to delete it, you're going to apologize to us live on your show. I'm pretty sure that was in the fine print. Not only are you going to delete this from the segment, you're also going to apologize.
At a show called Uncensored. But, like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise.
There are legal limits on us too. The powers within swept down on Piers Morgan and said, nigga.
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Again, there are two ways to take this. Beyonce and Jay-Z didn't want crazy and disrespectful misinformation like this on the internet, or they really did what Jaguar was saying, so they wanted to keep it quiet. Regardless, this only made the situation bigger, and the same day that Piers apologized, Jaguar again went on Real Life Productions for another interview. Again, she was stirring the pot and made an hour's worth of more huge claims, and also spoke on the theory that Jay-Z and Beyonce were involved in the death of Aaliyah.
I want you to think about this. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other.
Damn.
Think about that.
Hold up. Can we find that? Can we find that 106 in Park clip? Let's see if he break it down. Let's see if he find it.
Of Sean Combs.
Hold it up.
Are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Allegedly.
This TikTok in particular got 15 million.
Bro, how do you say something like that and then throw the word allegedly on the back of it? My nigga, you done told the whole motherfucking scenario. How you gonna throw allegedly on that? How you gonna slap allegedly on 3 minutes worth of words and then at the end say allegedly?
And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Allegedly.
This TikTok in particular.
Bro, that allegedly is crazy.
Got 15 million views with damn near every comment saying they believe her. Whether or not you believe Jaguar Wright's claims is entirely up to you, but she's been making headlines almost daily for some of the stuff she's
Let's see if we find
More
that.
recently, there was a guy named Jason Lee, a podcaster slash YouTuber slash TV guy who was in things like Love and Hip Hop, created Hollywood Unlocked, and has his own podcast called The Jason Lee Show. He made some big claims. He said on his podcast that Jay-Z called him to put out the flames, and he also said, Jay-Z, I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You got people calling me. Call me yourself because this right here is going to go viral. I will tell you, to the audience, if I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him. Although I will say that not too many people believe this guy. Someone said risking your life getting killed over some gossip is crazy, LOL. And many others said things like, Jason, nobody believes you. If attention seeking was an actual person, this would be it. Regardless, these theories have been going crazy all over the internet.
So Jason Lee got threatened by Jay-Z people, huh? I fuck with Jason Lee. He funny. He gay and all that, but he cool as shit. I like his content. He dope. I wanted him to be on the Breakfast Club, but now I want what's her name? Lauren LaRosa. Lauren LaRosa. I've been commenting on the Breakfast Club joint for like a year. When they ever since they put her on there, I'm like, yo, y'all gotta keep her. Y'all gotta keep Lauren LaRosa. on here. She dope. I've been trying to tell him that shit for years, but Jess is back. That she cool too. Jess is cool.
Unlocked and has his own podcast called The Jason Lee Show, he made some big claims. He said on his podcast that Jay-Z called him to put out the flames. And he also said, Jay-Z, I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You got people calling me. Call me yourself because this right here is going to go viral. I will tell you, to the audience, if I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him. Although I will say that not too many people believe this guy. Someone said risking your life getting killed over some gossip is crazy, LOL. And many others said things like, Jason, nobody believes you. If attention seeking was an actual...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. See, they don't even know that nigga Jason Lee is connected. Jason Lee connected. If Jason Lee is saying some shit like this, I believe him.
Person, this would be it. Regardless, these theories have been going crazy all over the internet. And with all the clickbaity 40-minute videos that say absolutely nothing, I figured I'd summarize it and give you guys the facts. Beyonce has even lost a couple million followers this year, and many believe it's due to the controversy, while others think that it's just Instagram getting rid of inactive or botted accounts. So whether you love Jay-Z and Beyonce, or you think they are secretly super evil, it's possible that regardless of what you believe, Jay-Z and Beyonce may not be who you think they are. If you're curious about what other celebrities have said about Diddy over the years, since he was heavily linked to these theories, make sure to check out the video that's on screen right now. Other than that, thank you guys for watching.
Alright, let's watch this 106 in Park joint. Yep, I found it.
My crew, you know, we put.
This is Mary J. knew Aaliyah was murdered. This is the 106 in Park joint. Mary J. Blige and Free. Remember, what's her name? Jaguar Wright just said that Mary was a victim of Diddy. Allegedly, Free was a victim of Jay-Z, and this is how they was talking about Aaliyah, because they knew.
You know, the style she gave everybody we're drinking. This, I don't even know what to say. I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not, because God don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof, you know what I'm saying, for what I learned. And she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And it wasn't time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I believe it wasn't her time to go, because from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that. And just simple obedience, like, you know, your gut always won you. That your gut never lies to you. And something like luggage and clothes and jewelry and all this madness that we worship is called false idols. We need to really look at the bigger picture right now. And look at how honey could be here right now. The lesson. You know?
Mary J.
Nah, I ain't even gonna lie. She literally said she was murdered. Bro, listen to this back real quick. It's only a minute.
My crew, you know, we put, you know, the style she gave everybody we're drinking. This, I don't even know what to say. I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not, because God don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof, you know what I'm saying, for what I learned. And she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And it wasn't time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I believe it wasn't her time to go, because from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that. And just simple obedience, like, you know, your gut always won you. That your gut never lies to you. And something like luggage and clothes and jewelry and all this madness that we worship is called false idols. We need to really look at the bigger picture right now. And look at how honey could be here right now. The lesson. You know?
She was spitting. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Nah, that shit crazy. She was spitting. Let me see, what's this? Mary J. Blige, I Was Going to Die. What's this?
What was the tipping point for you?
The tipping point was during the No More Drama that album cycle, because I feel that I had drank myself, like that was it. Like I was just done. Like I was done. I was dying. It was over. I was gonna die. It didn't matter but I didn't want to die.
You felt you were going to die.
Yeah, so when it finally happened, I was like, wait a minute, this is not what I want. But subliminally, I was drinking myself to death. But I didn't want it. And what happened was I got a call from a friend, you know, Queen Latifah, who I was working with at the time. And my husband was like I'd met him, I think maybe a month ago in Detroit while working with her. And that same day that I felt like, well, that I was going to die, I got a call from him. I got a call from her saying that he wanted to speak to me. And then when he called, he said he had some information for me that was going to help me. And it was like having an infected cut. And when you peel the scab, it peeled the scab back. We're going to peel the scab off, the infected scab, and pour some medicine on it. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt.
And what was
but
the
it's gonna heal
information
you.
that he had?
That was the information.
Oh, that?
That was the information. And
So
I
what
said,
was the medicine he gave you?
The medicine he gave me? Love. Support. He gave me love and support. And he gave me love and support in a way that I had not gotten it before, because with all of that spiraling around me and the lack of support, you know, that was in my life before he came in, the yes men, the people just greedy and hungry for a check, and, you know, people just letting me drink until I die, he came with questions. Why are you drinking so much? Why do you hate yourself? What happened to you? You're better than that. So I've never had anybody approach me with that kind of love before. And that's what I needed. And that's what triggered in me the love that I have for myself today.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm starting to. I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Certain shit, bro, it's like you almost gotta believe. What the fuck? Bro, look. She's telling the truth. Aaliyah was murdered. Queen Latifah be saving so many lives. Thank you, Mary. Was like Aaliyah, mom. This hurts. Yo. Yo. I ain't even gonna lie, dog. Let me see. We gotta get into some old interviews, bro. How the fuck? Let me see. We gotta do some research, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. Let me get some. Let me just do some research real quick. Let me see. First, he worked with. Let me see. That's why. Shout out to Rodney Jergens, man. Shout out to DJ Vlad the GOAT. He just hit 6 million subscribers. Vlad, definitely the GOAT out here, man. Been doing this for like 15 years on YouTube.
Well, the next year, 1996, you produced for Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Everything's Gonna Be All Right.
Yeah. And the One in a Million remix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That as well. You were in the studio with her and everything?
Yeah. Yeah. I worked with her and she came out to work. I started working in Staten Island, actually. So she came out to Staten Island to do a session with me. Yeah.
What was that like?
It was dope. It was dope. Aaliyah she was dope, man. There's probably some footage somewhere of us working together, because I'm sure, like, back then we always had cameras rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But she was dope, man. Like, you know, we built a strong bond, a strong creative bond. I went to the MTV Rock and Jock b-ball games with her and Mr. Hankerson and their team and whatever. And Aaliyah was a special talent for sure. She definitely, like, it was sad that she passed away so soon, because she was really, like, coming into her own as an actress and everything. So I feel like we really didn't get a chance to see the best of Aaliyah.
What was different about Aaliyah than other artists you worked with?
Oh man, I think personality wise, like there was this soul about her that you kind of knew, like from day one when you interacted with her, that she was different. Like it wasn't about Hollywood. It wasn't about it wasn't about stardom. It didn't feel like that. It just felt like she had this soul about her that, you know, she wanted to make great music and entertain people. And then and whether it was on a smaller level or a higher level, whatever way it went, it was going to go. And it really stood out when you got a chance to talk to her and know her.
Right, because she wasn't like a Whitney that would just get in there and just blow.
No.
She was very soft.
Yeah.
I heard in the beginning, like when she was working with R. Kelly, she would just almost whisper, and they'd have to like try to get her to.
Well, even when I worked with her, I had to kind of push more out of her because she could really sing, but she was like, it was almost like she held back a lot.
Yeah.
So you know, I feel like, you know, maybe she was the kind of artist that waited for the lights and the cameras going to turn into that next person, you know what I mean? So that's when it came out of her. But yeah, man, she was a great artist to work with.
Well, she died 5 years later.
Yeah.
In 2001, she was 22 years old.
Yeah.
She died in a plane crash.
Yeah.
I guess the story was she was on an island, one of these Caribbean islands, and they had finished shooting. She wanted to go back early, and they had overloaded the plane. There was a story, you know, I read about it. Like, I guess the pilot told her not, you know, that there was too many people or too much luggage or something like that, but they insisted. And the pilot wasn't even a real pilot, I'd heard. He didn't even have his proper license.
That's mad fishy, bro. Aaliyah, a platinum selling artist, getting on a plane with a guy who's not even really a pilot. Like, we got to do some research into that.
He passed away too?
Yes.
So how do we know that he said that to her?
There were people around that heard the arguments.
Oh, okay, got
Basically, he was arguing with her and some of the other passengers.
Got it.
He finally agreed. And from what I understand, the plane took off and just plummeted right afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone died.
Wow.
On that flight. How bad did that hit you?
It was bad, man. I mean, because I think that was the first time that I experienced artists passing away that I worked with.
Yeah.
Right, and of course, there's been like a handful now.
Yeah.
Diddy's starting to give up on the industry. Big boys, it seems. Let's be honest. Jay fits the bill. Time frame, industry, friends, circle, etc. Bye-bye, Jay-Z. Damn, 88, you harsh.
You know, as you get older, but yeah, that was the first time I was like, man, because you know, as a producer, creator, and you worked with an artist, you think about, you're still writing for that artist. You're still thinking about like when you're going to work with them again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And by the way, we had a great time working together. So we knew like we were going to work together again. Like, you know, we talked about it actually. We like talked about it. We bumped into each other in California one time. Like I told you, it was at a MTV Rock and Jock B-ball game.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't bump to her. I actually went with her and her team to the game. And we talked about it. Like we were gearing up for that. So, yeah, man, it hits us hard when you lose people that are not only just great people, great human beings, but people that inspire other people. And that's what Aaliyah was doing. She was definitely inspiring a lot of people, man.
Yeah, I think in 2020, a lot of female R&B artists are still trying to do their best Aaliyah impression.
Totally.
You know, still.
Sheesh, man. Hold on. We got a moment with Aaliyah and Beyonce.
What's up, what's up? This is Beyonce on the red carpet with one of the hottest female artists out here, Miss Aaliyah. How you doing, girl?
It's so good to see you again.
You too. She's just looking fabulous.
Thank
what are you
you.
wearing tonight?
I'm wearing Gucci shoes, Gucci. Got a little Indian jewelry working.
Oh, that is hot.
Thank
All right.
you.
Now, you've been working it with these movies. Were you nervous?
Very nervous, but I'm real happy. It's something I've wanted for a long time, so to
Yes.
finally make that transition, it's great.
You're doing another movie this summer, right?
Hopefully if things work out, everything will be rolling.
That's
So, yeah.
great. What are you looking forward to seeing?
Tonight?
Tonight, yes.
I want to see D'Angelo perform.
Girl, I'm with you because you know he's fine.
He's fun. He's hot.
All right, back to you, Cisco.
I think this was before Beyonce was with Jay-Z. if I'm not mistaken.
What's up? I'm Aaliyah, and if it's happening in entertainment, you can best believe it's happening on E. Well, I've always bought Hilfiger ever since he first came out because I always felt that it was me. Well, my image is the baggy pants, little tube tops, and I've always loved Tommy, so it's great for me to model his clothes because I really feel comfortable in it. I'll be going on tour with Blackstreet in June, and it'll be a 2-month tour, so that's really great. I'm very excited about that.
This is something Aaliyah has always wanted to do. Oh, very proud of her. You know, she wouldn't have to do this for me to be proud of her, but this just adds to it. You know, I'm proud of everything she does. She's a beautiful, lovely young woman.
Thank you, Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
What the hell? She's still kissing her mama? I guess that's innocent, but what the hell?
The young woman.
Thank you, Mama.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Still kissing your moms on the lips? That's crazy. Rest in peace, Alito.
And what was really going on while you're sitting there, you have me crooning in the background, singing. Can't be done. Them, including Sean Carter, have ever done. Why would you hide that from the culture if you cared about the culture? You can't, because you don't want people to go back and see what you hid, what you lied about, and what was really going on while you're sitting there. You have me crooning in the background, singing for the angels over lyrics that you wrote for a young woman that you took.
Talk about the young woman that he took.
Aaliyah.
Yes, bless her soul, bless her heart, rest in peace to the late great that never got a chance to even actually arrive. That was before.
If anybody had truly been focused on God in that moment, they would have forced an investigation and somebody would have snatched hype, because what the fear of man did.
Talk to me.
Because
respect and revere.
And look at that. Look at what the fear of man did.
Talk to me.
Because if anybody had truly been focused on God in that moment, they would have forced an investigation and somebody would have snatched Hype Williams by the collar and just asked him some real questions until he cried.
You mentioned Hype Williams. He branded and marketed himself by being the darker version of what we appreciate. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless.
Get some tissue, please, someone. Yes.
Thank you.
So you just gave me like a brain thought that not only was his imagery dark, but you're saying Hype Williams somehow took the dark side to these issues. Yeah.
Well, Hype Williams is a homosexual.
Why are you so comfortable
turning
why are you so
straight
comfortable?
men homosexual?
But why in this time and day, 2024, the way things are, I know you like Ellen J. Wright. I get it, but explain to the people why you're so comfortable being that bold with your speech and your separation one thing from the other.
Hold up, this one's better.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment.
88 said they should toss African Bambaataa in a cell with Diddy. Why they at it, right? Allegedly, yeah, I agree. From the things that I'm from the Bronx, bro. The things that I've heard about that man, I don't even like saying his name, but the things that I heard about that dude, shit, definitely.
For rejecting him, and so he could.
He should have been in there before
Beyonce,
Diddy, allegedly.
Struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened.
Among the mourners joining Aaliyah's grief-stricken parents, her aunt Gladys Knight, Aaliyah's boyfriend Damon Dash, fellow hip-hop honcho Sean Puffy Combs, R&B singers Usher, Maya, and Monica, hip-hop artist Jay-Z.
Sources claiming that Aaliyah was hesitant to get on the plane the day of the plane crash. The source says that Aaliyah was given a sleeping pill and carried onto the plane unconscious before the fatal crash happened.
Bro, a source says what?
Fox is claiming that Aaliyah was hesitant to get on the plane the day of the plane crash. The source says that Aaliyah was given a sleeping pill and carried onto the plane unconscious before the fatal crash happened in the Bahamas.
Bro, she was given a sleeping pill and carried onto the plane? Allegedly? Bro, that's crazy, dog. What are we talking about?
Jaguar Wright is back in the spotlight, and this time she's shining a light on the shady circumstances surrounding Aaliyah's death. Jaguar already alleged more than once in the past that Jay-Z might have had a hand in orchestrating Aaliyah's demise. But in her latest viral interview with Real Life Productions, Jaguar's taking things up a notch and exposing people Jay allegedly paid to set up Aaliyah. And according to Jaguar, one of the main suspects is music video director Hype Williams, who reportedly received orders from Jay to ensure Aaliyah boarded that doomed plane. But that's not the only bombshell Jaguar's dropped, so stick around because we're diving headfirst into the details.
It's time for somebody to be honest about who gave Aaliyah the pills that knocked her out before she was carried onto a plane she didn't want to be on.
Those who were around during Aaliyah's prime know she was in a league of her own. Aaliyah had it all. The voice, the moves, the acting chops. She was the total package, and there was just no denying her star power. Sadly, on August 25th, 2001, the world lost Aaliyah at just 22 years old in a tragic plane crash in the Bahamas. According to the official account, the crash happened because the plane was overloaded and flown by an inexperienced pilot. But here's where things get fishy. Aaliyah's fans just couldn't buy into the official story. And can you blame them? There are tons of details that just don't seem to add up. Now let me set the scene for you. On August 21st, 2001, Aaliyah made an appearance on BET and spilled the beans that she was set to kick off shooting the music video for Rock the Boat the next day under the direction of Hype Williams.
Man, we gotta know what the next video is, and I hope you're saying it's a song I love.
Yes, it is. It's Rock the Boat.
Yes!
It's Rock the Boat.
Yeah!
Rock the boat, rock the boat.
I shoot the video tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Work the middle, work the middle, do position. This is one of them joints. I was too young to even know what they was talking about, but I knew because I was about to start fucking.
And that video should be out, and we're hoping like beginning of September.
So on August 22nd, Aaliyah flew to Miami, where Hype had set up a green screen set to film dance routines and underwater shots. However, for some unknown reason, Hype suddenly decided to move the whole production to the Bahamas. And on August 23rd, Aaliyah and the crew from Virgin Records hopped on a plane headed for the islands. But here's the kicker. Hype never bothered to explain why he suddenly had this change of heart. I mean, they had everything they needed right there in Miami. The high-end green screen setups, the gorgeous beaches, you name it. To make matters even more puzzling, Aaliyah's ex, Dame Dash, later revealed that Aaliyah didn't want to go to the Bahamas because she was terrified of flying. However, she was too much of a professional to say no.
You didn't want her to go, did you?
No. So she was shooting a video in Miami.
Yep.
And I had my son and my nephews with me. And, you know, she was very supportive. She particularly liked Freeway, his voice. And she was supportive of everything I was doing. She was like, yo, while I'm in Miami, I had the state property down there, which was a group.
Yeah.
And she was gonna do a record with Freeway. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna come down there, I'll check you, I'll bring the kids, make a vacation, work, the whole nine. So when we got there, you know, Hype was making this video, and I was like, I know Hype. I just got off of Big Pimpin', where I had to cut the video, you know what I mean? Because like, to spend bread. So I was like, you know, he's gonna make you do another day. Don't do it. Trust me, it's just so he can spend money, you know? And sure enough, she came home that day, and I had a big house, I rented this house, and she's like, I'm going to, you know, there. And I was like, I just thought that it wasn't necessary. You know, I knew that was gonna happen. And then, when she actually saw the plane, she, you know, we had the Blackberries, and she said, I don't like this plane. And I was like, well, don't get on it. And she was like, well, I got to because I got work to do.
But it gets even more disturbing from here. According to Dame, Lenny Kravitz, who happens to have family ties in the Bahamas, offered up his private jet to Aaliyah. However, Hype Williams swooped in and snatched that offer from her. And to this day, Hype hasn't bothered to explain why he did this.
But what I was really more tight about was that I had heard that Lenny Kravitz had offered her a jet and that Hype had took the jet. So that's what really pissed me off about the situation when I heard about that. So you could ask Hype about that.
That's what I said. Have you ever talked to Hype about it?
Yeah.
And how did that conversation go?
Ask him.
But I also am asking you.
Yeah, but ask him.
As if that wasn't sketchy enough, journalist Kathy Iandoli dropped
he
an
ever
even
spoken
more
about
shocking bombshell in her 2021 biography of Aaliyah, revealing that Aaliyah was unconscious when they carried her on the plane. So apparently when Aaliyah saw the plane they gave her, she got that bad feeling again and told her team she didn't want to fly. They tried to get her to change her mind, however. Aaliyah knew something was off, so she went back into a taxi and told her team she had a headache. But here's where things take a sinister turn. Eyewitness Kingsley Russell revealed that someone from Aaliyah's team hopped into the taxi with her and slipped her a pill. Shortly after, Aaliyah passed out and he saw her being carried onto that plane. And once again, we never heard any plausible explanation from folks who were around Aaliyah that day about what kind of pill they gave her. Why did they give her something that knocked her out within minutes? And why did they carry her on the plane without her consent when she explicitly said she didn't want to fly? Now, if this accident was really orchestrated like a lot of people seem to believe, then we have to ask ourselves, who benefited from Aaliyah's death? Well, according to Jaguar Wright, both Jay-Z and Beyonce had a lot to gain from Aaliyah being out of the picture. And allegedly, Jay might have pulled some strings behind the scenes, enlisting Hype Williams to convince Aaliyah to hop on that ill-fated flight to the Bahamas. But that's not all. Fast forward a few years, and when Hype directed Beyonce and Jay-Z's Drunken Love video, fans couldn't help but notice some seriously shady symbolism. In the opening scene, Beyonce's seen clutching a trophy, and fans couldn't shake the feeling that it was a not-so-subtle nod to her snatching Aaliyah's crown as the queen of R&B. And then
I don't know if I'm rolling with that.
we also can't gloss over the fact that Jay-Z was close to R. Kelly, who did something unspeakable to young Aaliyah. Now, R. Kelly's despicable behavior wasn't exactly a secret in the music business. However, a lot of people turned a blind eye to it, and that apparently includes Jay-Z. And get this, even after Jay-Z found out what R. Kelly did to Aaliyah, he went ahead and collaborated with him on a joint album, Best of Both Worlds.
Best of both worlds.
So all this has led fans and even some industry insiders to speculate that Aaliyah's death was a sacrifice. Mary J. Blige even referred to Aaliyah's death as a spiritual murder in an interview, which you gotta admit is a pretty strange way to describe a plane accident.
I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not. Because God don't kill people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring proof. You know what I'm saying? For what I learned. And she just was cut down in the prime of her life. And it's so unfair. And it wasn't time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I believe it wasn't her time to go because from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that.
What's also a weird coincidence is that the same year Aaliyah died, Jay-Z and Beyonce decided to make their relationship official. And what do you know? That's also the exact time when Beyonce's solo career skyrocketed. And if you ask Jaguar Wright, there are just way too many strange...
Bro, we really acted like Beyonce had the fattest
Beyonce's solo
ass.
career skyrocketed. And if you...
We really acted like Beyonce had the fattest ass in the world in this video. Like, look what asses look like these days. Even the natural booties is way fatter than this. Don't get me wrong, Beyonce was bad here, bad as shit. But, like, we acted like her ass was so fat. Like, my body too bootylicious. It really wasn't that bootylicious.
Ask Jaguar Wright, there are just way too many strange coincidences to...
It wasn't that bootylicious. It was nice, but bootylicious.
Ignore. In her 2022 interview on Real Life Productions,
it wasn't even titty-licious.
Too many strange...
Look, she has some nice boobs, but they wasn't like huge.
Nobody
wasn't bad.
In her 2022 interview on Real Life Productions, Jaguar alleged that the reason Jay-Z didn't turn his back on R. Kelly after learning what he did to Aaliyah was because Jay might have been guilty of the same thing.
And he was working with R. Kelly, and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all those records together. They both Aaliyah.
Whoa. They made all those records. They both, she be going crazy, right?
Shared so much in common. And that's like it never happened. Whoever talks about best of the both worlds? Best of both worlds. Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about this shit.
Nobody talks about that project.
Swept that smooth under the rug.
Why?
So according to Jaguar, Jay-Z wanted to have the main R&B girl on his arm. However, Aaliyah wasn't interested in him, and she started dating Dame Dash. Jay's ego couldn't take this, so he allegedly conspired against Dame and shifted his focus from Aaliyah to Beyonce. But y'all, Jaguar recently made a comeback to that blue couch, and this time, she pointed fingers not only at Jay-Z, but also at Hype Williams. In fact, Jaguar directly challenged Hype to speak out on who ordered him to get Aaliyah on that plane.
It's time to talk, Hype. It's time for the public to ask you, why Aaliyah couldn't get on Lenny Kravitz's plane. And you had to put her on that clown car plane. Who asked you to say that? And do yourself a favor before you make any statements. Please remember, I was out of Little X, your apprentice.
I was fucking the dog shit out of Little X, your apprentice.
I know a lot more about you than you think I do.
And yo, Melissa Ford was discovered by Little X. Melissa Ford, that's on the Joe Budden podcast, that used to be an OD video vixen. She was discovered by Little X. I wish we could get an interview with her talking about whatever she know about Little X.
It's time for us to stop pussyfooting with the truth. It is time for Aaliyah Dana Houghton's death to be properly investigated.
And then Jaguar also called out Aaliyah's choreographer, Fatima Robinson, who was there when the accident happened. However, for some reason, both Fatima and Hype took a different plane the next day.
It's time for Fatima Robinson to speak up about what she heard on that phone. It's time for somebody to be honest about who gave Aaliyah the pills that knocked her out before she was carried onto a plane she didn't want to be on. It's time for the other dancers who knew she was terrified to get on that plane to speak up. And it's time for Hype Williams to be officially questioned about why he made her get on that plane and why they forced her to do it unconscious.
Yeah, that's crazy. If that's true, bro, if she was forced pills and knocked out and got on a plane, that's nuts.
Jaguar again pointed her finger at Jay-Z, alleging he orchestrated Aaliyah's demise to punish her for choosing Dame over him and level up Beyonce.
Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened.
And then Jaguar brought up that Mary J. Blige interview where she called Aaliyah's death a spiritual murder. And Jaguar explained how it all ties in with Jay-Z and Diddy.
Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige.
All right, we saw that part. All right, hold on, I got something for y'all. Let's see what this Hype Williams interview talking about.
My first experience came about in a long time ago, maybe 1990, 1991. A good friend of mine named Mark Sex, we went to high school together in Queens. He had a group, and he really went.
Chat, do this look like the type of nigga that would set up Aaliyah for death? Do this look like the type of nigga that would do whatever Jay-Z tell him? He look kind of scruffy and rough to me.
All the way at the back for me, this young guy who went to school with him, to do the video. And it was 2 video project, and the person in charge was a guy that was a really young, very smart guy by the name of Leo Cohen. And at
Leo
the time,
Cohen
he was just really jumping in with both feet to Def Jam and Rush Management, and him and Russell had this thing, and it was really my first opportunity to work with people that were in control of the music business like I wanted to be in control of it. So I went and I got involved, and I spoke to Leo and I spoke to Russell, and it was like my dream come true, like a young kid getting ready to do his first rap video.
So you do whatever they say then, huh?
All I ever wanted to do was be a part of the rap music industry. So that was really it. It was a disaster, actually. I remember finally delivering the video and being so happy and so excited that it had, it went as well as it did, and taking it up to Leo's office and playing it for him. And, the guy played it and he watched it, and after that I was supposed to take it with him to Russell's house. And he stopped it after it was over, and he looked at me and he just said, "This is the worst piece of shit I ever seen in my life. And on top of that, you are the worst piece of shit director I've seen." Yeah.
Damn, they shitted on you?
And he got on the phone shortly after, while in front of me, to Russell, to explain to Russell how bad he thought it was.
Damn.
But to me, that was like a staggering moment and a great moment at the same time, because when I walked out of that office, just crushed beyond crushed, I said to myself that I was gonna be the best, and I was gonna work hard until I got.
Did you say to yourself, "I'm gonna be the reason why Aaliyah dies"? Did you say that to yourself?
Be the best. And
Chat, y'all think he said that to himself?
everybody one day would say, and he had an executive that worked there named Judy Troilo.
Talk about Aaliyah, nigga.
In a life and a starting point of its own. Sometimes.
Talk about Aaliyah.
I think what if anything I've been able to do is give hip hop and rap music video size. It didn't really have a size when it started. It kind of was this thing that was very cool and very funky, but it was very small and limited in terms of the idea. It was just bigger. I feel like I'm a part of a great career in it, and I love.
Hold up. Talk about Aaliyah, nigga. We ain't here for you. We trying to see what you talking about. Let me see. DMX tells the most surprisingly celeb he ever smacked. Oh, we don't want to hear that. Beyonce and shout R.I.P. to DMX too. Stars remember Aaliyah 13 years ago. And I'm lost without you.
I think was one of the sweetest spirits I've ever met. Like it's no words for how beautiful of a person that she was. It's so unfortunate that she's not here, but her spirit, her energy definitely lives on, and I'm so happy that I had a chance to meet her.
And Brandy was beautiful, huh? Brandy still is beautiful.
Kind of mad I didn't work with her.
Don't get it twisted though. Brandy got a body.
But I'm glad that I got a chance.
Brandy beautiful, but nigga, she got a body. Nigga, you better keep her away from a vehicle. Keep her away from an automobile. Brandy got a body. Look, let me Google it. Has Brandy killed someone? Has singer Brandy Look, no, Brandy Norwood did not kill anyone, but she was involved in a fatal car accident in 2006 that resulted in the death of what? Nigga, then what the hell does that mean? In December, Brandy rear-ended Abulate's Toyota on the San Diego Fairway. Adulova died several hours after the collision. Charges. Brandy was not charged with vehicular manslaughter due to insufficient evidence. Lawsuits. Abdul Hale's family filed multiple lawsuits against Brandy, which were all settled out of court. Brandy has said that the experience changed her life and that she's a better person from it. Investigators ruled out alcohol and drugs as a factor in the crash, and there was no evidence that Brandy was distracted at the time. Brandy told police that she was driving about 65 miles per hour just before the crash, which was at or below the posted speed limit. The killing of blah, blah, blah. The killing. Look, 30. The 2006. The killing of Awalatef Abul. I don't know his name. The 38-year-old driver of the vehicle Brandy hit died several hours after the collision. You could call it what you want. I won't say she killed someone, but I definitely say it looked like she got a body because I don't want to get sued. But if you read it here, it says the killing. Somebody killed. If it was a killing, somebody killed. Only other person involved in the situation was who? Brandy. Alright, we out of here. R.I.P. to Abulate. Awatef Abu Dihe. R.I.P. to him.
And perform with her on certain stages.
Even it's the future I can see.
Crap out of that song. I love you, Aaliyah. I cried. Miss you. Love you. No one's hair has ever been the same. No one's smooth, moving gyration of the hips has ever been the same. Sorry, Sierra, I love you too. Aaliyah's the queen.
I call it the ever so glowing Aaliyah, man.
Nigga, Game, what the fuck, nigga? Game ain't no Aaliyah. Yo, Game used to be my favorite rapper back in the day, believe it or not. Game, I feel like, was everybody's favorite rapper at one point in time, just for like a year or two. The Game was a lot of people's favorite rapper for a long time, especially if you was on your gangbanging shit.
Like, I was listening to 4-Page Letter the other day. Don't judge me. You know, don't judge me. I'm a Aaliyah fan. You know what I'm saying? 1 in a Million. Like that. Yeah, man. Aaliyah.
Aaliyah was just one of those talents that was...
Tammy. What the hell Tammy doing?
We saw her evolve. You know, she came into the music...
Damn, I didn't even know Tammy was around 13 years ago. I mean, she old, so I knew she was around, but I didn't know she was popping.
With her bandana and her baggy jeans, and then we saw her blossom into this beautiful young lady, like right before our eyes. From a fashion standpoint,
Tammy
and a
Roman.
musical standpoint, you know.
Tammy Roman look young here too.
It's like, for me, I live with Aaliyah every day. You know, my daughter really loves her and idolizes her, and it's one of those moments that I wish, you know, of period.
Oh, Regina King. We got Regina King in the house.
Say that Janet opened a lot of doors for Ready for a Sierra and ready artists because of Aaliyah.
I never actually met her in person, unfortunately.
Nah, we don't want to hear from you if you never met her. We don't want to hear from the people that never met her, bro. Respectfully, if you never met. Oh, Genuine. Genuine knew her. We got it. Oh, wait, was that Genuine? Did I see Genuine? That's still music.
Pretty girl swag.
Nah.
You see a young woman. That's it.
Yo, let's see what Genuine said about Aaliyah's death, because Genuine was dead. Genuine knew her. For real, for real, for real. Like, for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. Let's see what Genuine. Genuine explains Aaliyah fallout, forgives her the afterlife. I cried.
So Genuine explains his fallout with Aaliyah and how she forgave him in the afterlife. Hey, what's up? I'm A-Dub, and you gotta check this out. So during a new interview with Drink Champs, Genuine explained there was no real beef. It was more of a misunderstanding when it came to his relationship with the late singer.
We all was, like a family. You know, Missy, Timberland, her, myself, Magoo, Player, Tweet.
Bro, soon as I heard I never met her, but skip right past that bullshit.
All of us.
I love how you keep naming all of them.
I love that.
I love that.
I got to.
I love that loyalty.
I gotta give it. That's the lawyers hear me.
I respect that.
But her and I weren't seeing eye to eye. You know what I mean? And I think it had a lot more to do with her loyalty to her uncle. Then it had to do,
Who you were beefing with at the time, or?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, cool.
With her uncle, Barry Hankerson, as he was the record head, and he was the company was my manager. I just decided to leave because of whatever reason. You know what I mean? And so, of course, our time had separated.
He also said he always wanted the opportunity to make amends as well as add some color to his exit, but never got the chance and believed that she was being fed whatever narrative it was with me. Still, Genuine shared that he got some closure by way of Missy Elliott, who had a dream that would calm the singer's recollection of events.
But Missy came and she told me one time she had a dream that Aaliyah said, "Don't worry about it, she forgive me," and I cried.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Take a shot for that.
Later, reflecting on where he believed Aaliyah would be if she were alive today, he said,
I would want her to be on the level where B is.
That's crazy how he used that reference.
Beyonce, yeah. But you just never know. I know that she was headed toward that direction. Like, she was doing the movies, she was doing, of course, she was doing music, she was dancing and all that. So, we just will never know, and that's the bad thing about it.
Meanwhile, Genuine, along with his TGT counter.
All right, let me see. Missy Elliott speaks on Aaliyah. Death. Missy Elliott Speaks.
Unfortunately, we weren't talking when she passed. She wasn't talking to Timbaland, or I think her and Missy fell out as well.
Apparently, in the weeks leading up to Aaliyah's death, she had beef with a couple of people. And I can't imagine Aaliyah fighting with anyone, but I guess it is what it is. But what was the deal with Missy Elliott and Timbaland? Why were they fighting with Aaliyah in the weeks leading up to her death? And did their arguments have anything to do with Aaliyah's death? Undoubtedly, Aaliyah made some of her best music when she was working with Missy and Timbaland.
Facts.
She met Missy during the creation of her sophomore album, 1 in a Million, which was released in 1996.
Look who in the back of that pic. Look who in the back of that pic. No, look, they was Xing Missy Elliott out of this picture. Remember, we've been seeing this picture. We've been seeing the picture with just Jay-Z and Aaliyah, but Missy Elliott was right there.
Her sophomore album, 1 in a Million, which was released in 1996. In fact, more than half of the songs on that album were written by Missy Elliott, including the smash singles If Your Girl Only Knew.
By the way, let's give Missy Elliott her flowers. A genius of her time.
4-Page Letter, Hot Like Fire, and 1 in a Million. Missy and Aaliyah actually worked together up until her death, with Missy Elliott writing one of her last songs in 2001, I Care For You, from her third self-titled album.
This album, I'm very happy with this album because I feel like it's really Aaliyah, which is why I wanted to self-title this one.
So considering they were working together in the months leading up to her death, Missy Elliott has been one of the people who has expressed her devastation over Aaliyah's death. Like in 2002, Missy even described Aaliyah as her little sister, saying, "Our relationship went beyond the work we did together. We felt like we had created a new sound, but it wasn't like we just did records and that was it. It was more of a family vibe than just work. We could tell each other anything." In January 2023, she also gave a shout out to Aaliyah on what would have been her 44th birthday, writing, "You will forever be the blueprint of what it means to step outside the box musically and creating new style and fashion and a natural at acting and being great at them all. The world will always feel your impact and love you shared forever." Well, in the comment section, one person was like, "Y'all didn't even like each other." And another person straight up asked, "Why did you and Aaliyah fall out? Or was that a lie?" Someone else added, "Are you gonna address the fact that y'all fell out before she passed?" Okay, for all these people and so many others to be talking about a fallout, it means there was definitely something. And whatever it is, took place around the time when Aaliyah got into that plane crash. But is it something that could have contributed to Aaliyah's death? I don't think Missy had a hand in the death, but a lot of people are betting on the allegation that she knew what happened. And you know who else probably knows what happened? The other person who was working very closely with Aaliyah and Missy, Timbaland. Tim actually admitted that they were not on good terms with Aaliyah just before she passed.
I tell you like this, the thing that really bothers me the most about Aaliyah with the death, we just got in an argument. And I never really got to say I'm sorry.
Actually,
they wrote that in the comments. I didn't even see it.
When it came to Timbaland, turns out he also had feelings for Aaliyah, and they started when she was still a minor. In a 2011 episode of E! True Hollywood Story, Timbaland admitted he was intimately attracted to Aaliyah when they first met. The problem is that they were introduced during the creation of Aaliyah's sophomore studio album, 1 in a Million, which she began recording at the age of 16, and at the time, Timbaland was 23.
First met Aaliyah. It's time for the world to hear this. I want to give up a little secret. I was in love with him. I said, but...
Bro, we just learning one thing about the industry, bro. Every male in the industry with power, every male in the industry with power was lusting after Aaliyah, bro. Every male in the industry that we know of seemed like they always lusting after her, bro. And she was either a minor or a minor or just past the minor. They watched her become not a minor. They watched her lose her minorship.
I'm not. She's just a baby. I'm old.
When she turned 18.
I said to myself.
What?
I said, but I'm not. She's just a baby. I'm old. I said to myself, I'm just going to be her brother. What? Oh, man, I was fighting a big war. But I love Aaliyah.
Timbaland, who continued to work with Aaliyah throughout her career, also admitted to
Yo, what year was this? How old was Timbaland? God damn! Oh my God!
His wife, Monique Arlette, because she resembled Aaliyah. Like, he literally said, when I first met my wife, I knew I was going to marry her because she looked like Aaliyah. Look, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like way too many grown men in the industry around Aaliyah were
bro, facts! Exactly!
treating her like she wasn't as young as she was. Well, with Tim saying that, one person was like, when I heard Timbaland basically say he married his wife because he was in love with Aaliyah and she reminded him of her, looked like her, or something like that, I gagged. And as far as I know, nobody had any reaction. She was 16 when they met. And another person added, I always thought he was weird AF for his obsession with Aaliyah. He's made a lot of...
Hold on, let's see if we can Google this. How old was Aaliyah when she met Timbaland?
Predatory comments about her. I truly believe Aaliyah was heavily preyed upon and her parents knew. Plus, even if she wasn't a minor, how does it feel to know your husband married you because you look like someone else he finds attractive? Again, I don't know if that contributed to the fallout Tim had with Aaliyah, but I know there was definitely something wrong. And since Missy was working pretty closely with them before Aaliyah died, I have
Bro! Oh my God, it has it right here on Google! Bro! In the video for the title track, her love interest is Genuine, the R&B singer who was nearly a decade older than her. So her love is, oh my God, bro. This is nasty, bro. A decade older than her. Years later, Timbaland, who was 23 when he first met 16-year-old Aaliyah, would admit in an interview he was in love with her and had to fight to control his attraction to her. Oh my God. Bro, let's just read this again. In this, we just heard what Timbaland said, y'all. We heard what Timbaland said. And now we reading this on Google. Look, Google. In this video for the title track of Love Interest, her love interest is Genuine. So what? That's just a video. We can't blame Genuine for being a love interest when he's just in the video, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. For the R&B singer who was nearly a decade older than her. Years later, Timbaland, who was 23 when he first met 16-year-old Aaliyah, would admit in an interview that he was in love with her and had to fight to control his attraction. Oh my God. When did Aaliyah date Jay-Z? Aaliyah and Jay-Z never dated. However, Jay-Z did have feelings for Aaliyah, and Aaliyah attended parties with Jay-Z and her friends, Aaliyah's boyfriends at the time. Damon Dash, who said Jay-Z tried to date, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so how old was she when Jay-Z had a thing for her? Because she was 16 when Timbaland met her. How old was Jay-Z when he who dated Aaliyah? Who Aaliyah dated before she died? How old was Aaliyah when Rock the Boat came out? 22. So Aaliyah died at 22. Aaliyah died at 22 years old. I want to know, when was it that Jay-Z and her, we got to get that timeline. We got to what can we Google to figure out what year was it that Jay-Z was around Aaliyah? Because this was right after R. Kelly, right? Right? This had to be right after R. Kelly when Jay-Z started being into Aaliyah.
With feeling she knew exactly what happened. Well, according to Genuine, the reason why they were all not on good terms with Aaliyah was strictly business related.
It's just the business, and when you're young, people can separate you, you know, and you don't know how or why, you just are. And what touched my heart one time is Missy called me and she said she had a dream.
Apparently, the dream Missy had was about Aaliyah telling her that she was not mad at Genuine, and she told Missy that she had forgiven him. Forgiven him? For what though? You see, the problem is that all these people agree that Aaliyah was not on good terms with them before she died, but nobody is really giving the details about what exactly went down. And yet...
Was Genuine trying to creep on Aaliyah too? I don't think so. I would hope not. Please don't tell me that.
They may say that it was all just business, but what exactly went wrong with the business? I mean, by now, we've already established that Aaliyah's death wasn't an accident, right? First of all, after the crash, it was confirmed much later that the small plane exceeded its maximum weight limit by several hundred pounds. In addition, the weight was not evenly distributed, which would have made the plane harder to control once it got in the air. Later on, it was also revealed that the pilot had also reportedly faked his license and was under the influence of alcohol and other hard stuff at the time of the accident. Apparently, Aaliyah didn't even get into that plane when she was conscious, and she had expressed her concern about getting on that plane. Kathy Iandali even wrote in her book, Baby Girl, better known as Aaliyah, that Kingsley Russell, whose family ran a taxi and hospitality business in the Abaco Islands, was just 13 years old on August 25, 2001. But he was with Aaliyah as his stepmother drove her team to the airport for her return flight back to the U.S. He said that when Aaliyah saw the plane to take her back to the U.S. mainland, she refused to get on board and went back in the cab. Then someone from her entourage returned to ask her what was wrong. And according to Kingsley, Aaliyah is said to have repeated her concerns about getting on the plane, at which point she was handed a sleeping pill and fell into a deep sleep. Apparently, Aaliyah was carried from the taxi and onto the plane despite her earlier reservations while she was still knocked out. In fact, a lot of celebrities actually agreed that the death was not an accident, like Mary J. Blige, who once said that she believed there was a lot of foul play in Aaliyah's death, and said that she knew she was next. In her words, it was just that when I saw her die, that's when I discovered the fact that I'm next. I don't know how or when, but I'm next. I don't know what kind of freak accident they're gonna put me in or what kind of overdose.
Nah, Mary J. Blige was really spilling it back then.
They're gonna sort out, but at the end of the day, I knew I was next. I just thought, I'm scared. I mean, there are obviously people being protected when it comes to exactly what happened to Aaliyah. And Missy, if you know something, girl, you better say something. Also, whatever was going on with Timbaland saying all those things about Aaliyah, it's not okay, man. But you know what? I'd love to know your thoughts on Aaliyah's, Timbaland's, and Missy Elliott's relationship. Let me know your thoughts in the
Wow. Dame Dash exposing Jay-Z's 20 years silence after R. Kelly. What's this?
I think it's time for us to address the elephant in the room.
R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile. Everybody knew.
Once it came out on R. Kelly, Jay-Z fled the scene.
Point was, he knew all the time.
For 20 years, Jay-Z refused to speak out against R. Kelly, but his former partner, Dame Dash, won't stay silent.
Aaliyah is key to everything.
Aaliyah and I were very serious. We talked about getting married, so I knew exactly what went on.
She'd just be like, no, that's a bad man.
R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton.
Like, Aaliyah was like the sacrificial lamb for all that.
22-year-old rising star Aaliyah has been killed in a horrific plane crash.
It's a pain that you couldn't understand.
It changed you, turned you into a monster.
When Dame was at his lowest, Jay committed the ultimate betrayal.
I had so much trust in my brother, but he did things that I thought he would never do. So what you think I felt all these years?
For 20 years, R. Kelly's power protected him.
At that time, we did not look hard enough.
Remember Aaliyah's album cover?
Age ain't nothing but a number. Sitting back there like Perv Master.
I mean, I wasn't there.
That's
I
crazy.
Had nothing to do with that.
They made us.
Bro, that's nuts.
Remember Aaliyah's album cover?
Age ain't nothing but a number. Sitting back there like Perv.
Bro, this is nuts, bro. This is her album cover. Age ain't nothing but a number, and R. Kelly in the back. Blurred out, old as shit. Nigga probably like 33. And she like 16, 15, allegedly. Woo!
Perv Master.
Maybe younger than that. How old was Aaliyah when she first met R. Kelly? Let's Google that. How old was Aaliyah when she met R. Kelly?
You know, I ain't have nothing to do with that.
They made a song together called Not Guilty. Anybody that knows what happened to my girl that with me should not be with homie, period.
Tell me about the relationship with Jay-Z. You and Jay-Z formed Rockefeller Records in the 90s. Are you and Jay-Z still friends?
Well, but there's been things where he's been in...
How old was Aaliyah when he met R. Kelly? Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what Reddit got. What did people think when R. Kelly married Aaliyah? This question is targeted to people who were the age of when it happened, blah, blah, blah. Given that it was the 90s, I imagine that how the media was consumed and how fast you guys found about it was different from today, where we find things out very quickly today. From my knowledge, it was said that Aaliyah's age was forged to be 18, even though she was 15 at the time. What it was like in the media when it was spread, R. Kelly married, blah, blah, blah. So she was 15 years old when she met R. Kelly, bro.
Business with people that are against my honor code. So because of that, I kind of have to keep a distance.
As you hear all this other stuff in the news with R. Kelly, how does that make you feel about him?
I was just shocked at how long he got away with it. How many people turned and looked the other way. How many people were still, involved with him in any kind of way, knowing all those things.
Before R. Kelly, Dame and Jay were inseparable as they built an empire together.
You've been with Jay-Z since the beginning, right? So,
yeah, for about 10, 15 years.
Jay-Z and Dame came from street money to starting a label that nobody wanted to sign Jay-Z, so they created their own and turned around and got him famous to where he got a deal. They got a deal at Def Jam.
We all know we're a family at Rockefeller. Jay's my best friend. Oh. I'm not ashamed to say it. And we all know this, we close, and that's one of the reasons why we so tight as a family.
Dame always fought for Jay, even when no one else would.
I took it more personal than business because I was fighting for my friends and my brothers as opposed to people I didn't know.
This is the man that came in the corporate offices, and when they was robbing us, he made sure we got what we were supposed to get.
And we built this from nothing, nothing. So there's nothing that we can't see our way through.
But when Dame met Aaliyah, everything changed.
She was one of those people that if she did something first, everyone followed suit because she was a very forward thinker.
Now, not only do you have your self-titled album coming out, we just heard that you have been confirmed for Matrix 2 and The Matrix 3.
Yeah.
Oh my God, congratulations.
I feel so blessed because everything that I've always wanted is happening to me. And I just
That's sick, bro. That's sick.
feel like I have so many places to go and so many things to enjoy.
But I've never seen anyone.
And R. Kelly had to be like, what, 30?
And that was
20
going to
something?
affect the world like she did, despite the fact that she went through a lot of bull. Still very innocent and not jaded.
Aaliyah could see a different side of Dame, but as they got closer, there was one thing in their way.
Our intention at first wasn't even to be in love. We were just really good friends, and we fell for real. It was almost an accident. My friend Natani.
Aaliyah was beautiful.
And we fell
I understand.
at first.
I understand why people her age were attracted to her, but for people who was way older than her to see her and still be like, I want her, it's crazy.
Even to be in love. We were just really good friends, and we fell for real. It was almost an accident. My friend Natani brought me to this photo shoot in LA, and it was called like the It Girls, and we were talking about things about your soul and the evolution of your soul, and that was where our connection came. We developed a real friendship, but it was always apprehension because other people were trying to get at her.
And then, I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well. And I didn't know. He was sending flowers and he was courting her.
Because the rumor originally was that you were connected to Jay.
Exactly. Jay and I were hanging out a lot. He's my homie. We had a lot of fun together, but we never dated like that.
I'm gonna leave it.
So you have a boyfriend in your life?
It's personal life.
That's
the personal life.
No.
I don't really discuss it. It's hard when you're in this business. You become a
Can't
public
talk about
figure.
it.
You know what I mean? And everything you do belongs to the public, and that's fine. But there's parts that you want to keep for you.
Dame knew how important Aaliyah's privacy was because she'd been under attack for her last relationship 5 years earlier.
Hip-hop star R. Kelly did indeed marry his protege, the 15-year-old singer Aaliyah Houghton.
That was a headline. That was something talked about like it was normal.
Did y'all ever talk about it?
We talked about it up to the point where it hurt.
As Aaliyah opened up to Dame, he learned just how dark the relationship with R. Kelly had been.
We were out on the road with Aaliyah. On a tour bus, there really aren't any confined spaces. So it just so happened we were all laying in our bunks when the door flew open on the bus.
What did you see?
Things that an adult should not be doing with a child.
Dame would do anything to protect Aaliyah, but his partnership with Jay put him in a difficult position.
You ever have beef with R. Kelly while you was with Aaliyah?
She just wanted it left alone. So that's the thing that people would be like when Jay was doing videos with him, I was be in the video, but I'd be like, yo, what do you want me to do? And she'd be like, don't start nothing, just don't be in no shots with him.
All right, so R. Kelly was 22 when he met Aaliyah at 15.
She didn't want to deal with the bullshit. Like the things that had happened in the past, she told me leave it alone. I would have to respect her wish no matter what. And her wish was leave it alone, let me heal, let me rest, I'm in love, let's just enjoy this.
As their relationship grew, everyone around them could see how much Dame and Aaliyah meant to each other.
You know, the thing was she was gone a lot. So the time that we had together, I mean, it was like we appreciated it.
They were in heaven. Nothing from the outside really got in their way. And she was so happy. She was so happy.
It was like the first kind of time that she had found this kind of peace and happiness, and the same thing for me. I didn't know what being in love was. I didn't even understand what that feeling is. And I was able to really achieve that with her. So now I know what it feels like.
So you were in love with her?
Yeah.
Maybe 23.
What was your last conversation with her?
I didn't want her to do the video.
Which video?
She was shooting a video in Miami. And I had my son and my nephews with me. And, you know, she was very supportive. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna come down there. I'll bring the kids, make a vacation, work, the whole nine. Remember she used to babysit you?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun with Aaliyah.
But when Aaliyah told Dame that she had to fly to the Bahamas to finish the video, he was desperate for her to stay.
I told her, like, I didn't want her to go. And that's kind of because that was one of the reasons why she was in such a rush to get back. And even when she got on the plane, she didn't like the plane. So, like, one of our last texts was, I don't like the plane. And I literally was like, don't get on it. I literally was like, don't get on it. And if I'd have been an asshole that day and really stood behind what I believed in, she wouldn't have got on that plane.
Hollywood lost a rising star with the death of 22.
Dame said his last text from her was, I don't like the plane. And she wasn't on the plane yet. Allegedly, from what we keep hearing is somebody gave her a sleeping pill. They knocked her out, put her on the plane themselves. She was 13 years old. No, makes him 28 when she... Okay, my bad, bro. You right, 20. Okay, my bad.
Year-old.
Let me use the bathroom.
Tell me about that day. Where were you?
I was getting my hair cut, and I was waiting for her. She was trying to get back really quickly because we were trying to see each other.
The small twin-engine Cessna erupted into a fiery nosedive just minutes after leaving the Bahamas, where Aaliyah was shooting an upcoming music video.
Mother called, and she said she had Fatima had called and said that there was a plane crash and Aaliyah was in it, and once I heard it, I knew it was true.
My cousins and I all heard it, and there was like 10 of us were just all crying down the line. And then I saw my dad, he was just devastated. I actually never saw him that low. I feel like emotionally he had hit rock bottom. It was probably like one of the worst days we ever had.
You also said that her death, it changed you, turned you into a monster.
Yeah, it made me fearless. Because I know what real pain feels like and I've dealt with it. It can't be nothing worse than that.
We actually have video at her funeral where you're very emotional. Remember that day?
I don't revisit it often because it hurts. But a lot was going on in that moment. I mean, I still had to get myself together and fight because there were things that were going on.
Dame barely had time to grieve when just 5 months after Aaliyah's death, Jay-Z did the unthinkable.
Just the idea of having a whole album with myself and R. Kelly was just an amazing prospect. Best of Both World tours come to a city near you.
Best of Both Worlds, t-shirts, draws, condoms, everything.
How do you deal with that when someone you respect does that you don't with at all? You gotta remember, once I knew Aaliyah, I knew everything. So yeah, if me and you cool, and you know that I got a girl that your man, and I tell you, and you gonna still work with him, what you gonna feel? So what you think I felt? And you know, once I knew Aaliyah, I knew everything. So yeah, if me and you cool, and you know that I got a girl that your man, and I tell you, and you gonna still work with him, what you gonna feel? So what you think I felt?
Even as new allegations came out, Jay looked the other way.
Kelly is accused of videotaping himself having sex with an underage girl. Prosecutors maintain the girl in the video was as young as 13 when it was made.
I mean, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. I know I ain't have nothing to do with that.
That's crazy
Your
to me.
partner. Your
No, it's not.
puppy.
Yo, he's not my partner. Look how my partner played me. You calling him my partner? Publicly, that man did a record with that my girl and then went on a tour with him. But I had to look the other way. And because my girl said leave it alone, I left it alone.
You left it alone.
Dame couldn't break his promise to Aaliyah, but his anger...
Dame speaking out now. I never even heard this before. He like, yo, you doing this and that with a dude who raped my girl, who R-worded my girl.
Oh, that. I know I ain't have nothing to do with that.
That's crazy
Your
to me.
partner. Your
No, it's
puppy.
not. Yo, he's not my partner. Look how my partner played me. You calling him my partner? Publicly, that man did a record with that my girl and then went on a tour with him. But I had to look the other way. And because my girl said leave it alone, I left it alone.
You left it alone.
Dame couldn't break his promise to Aaliyah, but his anger was spiraling out of control.
Rumors of a growing rift between Jay-Z and Dame Dash. The Rockefeller CEO was caught crashing a marketing meeting at parent company Def Jam, accusing executives of trying to cut him out.
This is treacherous. I'm telling you, I'm sick of this. I seen all of y'all yesterday. Why nobody told me about a marketing plan about Jay-Z? How do y'all call a meeting about Jay-Z without Rockefeller? There ain't even nobody from Rockefeller in here.
Now we're gonna reschedule, man.
What the you mean you're gonna reschedule?
We're gonna reschedule, man.
What you mean you're gonna reschedule? You get the out. You're not a leader. You don't know about my culture. You don't know about Jay.
Dame was struggling to hold on to the one thing he had left, so he didn't see what was coming.
They don't give a That's all they do is exploit. So they trying to take our franchise from us.
You know about the Scarface party and all that?
No. Jay's performing for that?
Yeah, he just performed.
So, stop taping.
Jay-Z is moving on from Rockefeller Records and former partner Dame Dash as he steps into his new role as president and CEO of Def Jam.
It's not a beef, it's just growing. And sometimes growing means growing apart. It's just part of life, it's part of growing up.
Do you know what's crazy about that meeting? In my heart, I had no idea that Jay set that meeting up, but he set that meeting up.
As Jay-Z left Dame behind, people couldn't understand why Dame was stuck in the past.
Dame is abrasive. Dame burned a lot of bridges.
I burned bridges so I don't have to go back.
I think that Dame is bitter now because Jay-Z is a fully megastar brand, married to Beyonce. Aaliyah is gone.
Will you please let Aaliyah rest? Will you let her die?
Even as Dame tried to move on, he couldn't let go of his pain over Aaliyah.
Everything that scared me is losing people I love, and everyone that I really love, I've lost. So what it's made me be the animal that I am is that I don't want to sit down and think about the things that are hurting me.
Your secrets are about things you don't express to people. When it comes to feelings, you don't get to go around the feelings, you have to go through them.
The question is how?
When an explosive documentary exposed R. Kelly, Dame came face to face with the pain he'd been holding back.
Allegations made by more than a dozen women in the surviving R. Kelly docuseries, accusing the singer of holding them captive, brainwashing them. Prosecutors say 3 of his alleged victims were minors.
I can't really talk about being abused. It's like, it brings back memories, and it's very painful to have to talk about it again.
I wish that Aaliyah's family would speak, because I think there are so many young black girls who've been hurt.
I ain't gonna lie, she looked like she was acting though. That's just my opinion. Shorty right here look like she acting. Like this just look like acting tears.
It's very painful to have to talk about it again.
I wish that Aaliyah's family would speak, because I think there are so many young black girls who've been hurt. That what it would mean to know that Aaliyah was hurt that way too.
I can't stress to you enough how people are still suffering behind things that went on 20 years ago.
You know, I watched some of it yesterday as much as I could tolerate. There was a girl, and when she was even trying to talk about it, she couldn't. Yeah. And I remember Aaliyah trying to talk about it, and she couldn't.
Executive producer of Surviving R. Kelly, Dream Hampton,
says the music industry is still protecting the R&B star. It was incredibly difficult to get people who had collaborated with Kelly to come forward. We asked Lady Gaga, we asked Celine Dion, we asked Jay-Z.
Everyone keeps looking the other way. Period. Everyone has all these morals and principles, but when it behooves them, they look the other way, and I'm not cool with that. The test of honor isn't convenient. Honor is when it's inconvenient.
And this time, Dame had to face his pain so he could do what was right.
It's time for us to take responsibility for empowering and looking the other way all those years.
Aaliyah's former boyfriend, Damon Dash, is one of the first celebrities to publicly speak out against R. Kelly.
If people would have protected Aaliyah, so many other girls wouldn't have got touched. Aaliyah was like the sacrificial lamb for all that, because she didn't deserve none of that.
So this energy isn't anger, this is energy for change. I want to change the way we look at rehabilitation from trauma, which is a prison. I want to change the way we heal.
After 20 years, Dame's fight for Aaliyah finally got justice.
Singer R. Kelly sentenced to 30 years behind bars after his conviction on racketeering and sex trafficking charges.
This is a significant outcome for all victims of R. Kelly, and especially for the survivors.
By remembering Aaliyah's lessons, Dame built the legacy that mattered most to him.
What do you want to be remembered as, man?
As a warrior, I fight for what I love.
Dame Dash is launching his own streaming platform focused on health and healing. And the entrepreneur is also expecting a new baby with fiancé Raquel.
What's up, you guys? So I want to share with you today a conversation that has been going on online recently about Timbaland. A resurfaced clip of Timbaland revealing that he was in love with a teenaged Aaliyah. Now, a lot of you guys know that I was a big fan of Aaliyah, and I still consider myself a big fan of Aaliyah, and my actual logo is Aaliyah. My logo is not actually me, it's Aaliyah. It's a picture of Aaliyah, like an edit of Aaliyah, because I still consider myself a fan of hers. So I found this story very interesting. So let's get into Timbaland confessing that he was in love with Aaliyah, a teenaged Aaliyah.
First met Aaliyah. It's time for the world to hear this. I want to give up a little secret. I was in love with her.
Bro, having to fight urges is nuts.
I said,
insane.
Nah, she's just a baby. I said to myself, I was going to be her brother.
I'm going to be her brother.
Oh, man, I was fighting a big war. But I love Aaliyah. First Aaliyah. It's time for the world to hear this. I want to give up a little secret. I was in love with her. I said, but I'm not. She's just a baby. I'm old. I said to myself, I was going to be her brother. Oh, man, I was fighting a big war. But I love Aaliyah.
Niggas nasty, bro.
So this is from the 2011 True Hollywood Story of Timbaland, and he says in the beginning of the clip, he says it's time for the world to know this. So obviously he doesn't think there's anything wrong with it, and he's saying it's time for the world to know that he was in love with Aaliyah, but he decided to play her big brother because of her age. There was either a 7 or 8 year age difference depending on when he met her, but there's a 7 or 8 year age difference between the two of them. So social media is going wild over this revelation. This clip resurfaced recently and social media is going wild. So let's get into some of the social media reactions. But before we do, leave a comment and let me know your initial reaction to that clip of him saying that, Leah, if your girl only knew. And I always wondered if Timbaland had feelings for Aaliyah, but even more so, I wondered about Genuine. But that's a story for another day.
Aaliyah's death in 2001 made many fans discover that things aren't always as they seem on camera. They were surprised when they heard that Aaliyah had fallen out with Timbaland and Missy just before her death. And as if that wasn't enough, Genuine also revealed via an interview that he and Aaliyah weren't speaking during the time she died. So, what must have happened between these guys that we didn't know? Why did Aaliyah fall out with Genuine? Keep watching to find out. Although Aaliyah first debuted at the age of 15, she had already gained recognition before that time. When she was 10, she appeared on Star Search, a television show, and also performed in concert with her uncle's wife, Gladys Knight. By the age of 12, Aaliyah had signed with Jive Records and her uncle Barry Hankerson's Blackground Records. Around that time, her uncle introduced her to R. Kelly, who, according to reports, became her mentor as well as songwriter. He even went on to produce her debut album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. In 1996, Aaliyah ended her contract with Jive Records and signed with Atlantic Records. At Atlantic Records, she met record producers Timbaland and Missy, who also worked with her to produce her second album, One in a Million. According to Missy, she and Timbaland were totally nervous about working with Aaliyah. Not only was her debut album successful, but Missy and Timbaland were literally still in the early stages of their career. But this wasn't all of the fears that Missy had. Missy was also scared about Aaliyah becoming a diva, you know. But Aaliyah took them by surprise, as Missy recalled her being warm. She made us feel like family, Missy said. Another person Aaliyah got to meet at this time was Genuine. Like Aaliyah, Genuine was into American R&B, songwriting, dancing, and acting. Genuine guest starred in Aaliyah's second album, One in a Million, and also featured in the remix. According to reports, the music video led many fans to speculate that the two were in a relationship. It also happened that Timbaland and Missy were working with Genuine on his debut album, Genuine The Bachelor. So 4 of them, Aaliyah, Genuine, Missy, and Timbaland, spent most of their time together. Fans who saw them together were convinced Aaliyah and Genuine secretly had something going on.
Bruh. So another person, another guy in the industry that allegedly has something going on with Aaliyah. Genuine.
However, in an interview with Vibe magazine, Aaliyah's response was this: "I think rumors are hilarious. I don't pay any attention. It goes in one ear and out the other. When you're in the business, you hang out with people, and people are like, I wonder, are they seeing each other? I never dated Jay. I never dated Genuine." Seeing how she paid them no mind, Aaliyah refused to let the rumors get in the way of her relationship with Genuine. Reports have it that the two continued to remain friends and got much closer, as Aaliyah sometimes helped Genuine babysit his kids whenever he was out clubbing. In 1997, Aaliyah and Genuine both went to the Budweiser Superfest together. The tour also featured other prominent musicians like Mary J. Blige, Bone Thugs, and Dru Hill. For what it's worth, the two didn't forget to make fun memories on tour. In 1999, Genuine released his second album, 100% Genuine, with Aaliyah appearing in one of the songs, Final Warning. According to Genuine, although it didn't take them up to half an hour to complete the recording of the song, he and Aaliyah, as well as Missy and Timbaland, remained and hung around the studio the whole day. Later reports showed that Aaliyah and Genuine were basically good friends who enjoyed each other's company, and that there was nothing more to it. In 2000, Aaliyah appeared in her first film, Romeo Must Die, in which she starred opposite martial artist Jet Li. She also served as the executive producer of the film soundtrack, for which she contributed a couple of songs, which included songs by some of her favorite artists like Destiny's Child and Genuine, and a few of hers as well. However, this was not to show that there was something between the two. Even Genuine mentioned that he made up his mind he wasn't going to step to Aaliyah like that. Meanwhile, Aaliyah began preparing to put songs together for her self-titled third album. On one occasion, she asked that songwriters and producers, Bishop and Teddy, play her a couple of songs they had produced with other artists. Among these songs was Miss You, a song Genuine recorded for his second album, which unfortunately didn't make the track list. Impressed by what she heard, Aaliyah called Genuine and told him that she would love to cut the track. And so, with Genuine's consent, Aaliyah recorded her own version of the song. According to Peakers FM, she had wanted to put the song out by herself, but her label, Blackground Records, felt that the song was no smash hit and no smash record, so it wasn't put out until much later. The irony, though, after the movie Romeo Must Die was released, Aaliyah moved on to work on her second movie, Queen of the Damned, where she played the role of an ancient vampire. The filming of these movies, however, delayed the release of Aaliyah's third album. I wanted to take a break after One in a Million to just relax, think about how I wanted to approach the next album. Then, when I was ready to start back up, Romeo happened, and so I had to take another break and do that film and then do the soundtrack, then promote it. The break turned into a longer break than I anticipated, Aaliyah had said. She finished recording the album in March 2001 and eventually released it in July 2001. However, just a month later, Aaliyah died in a plane crash many people say could have been avoided. Aaliyah's passing was said to have left Genuine devastated, even though they weren't on talking terms at the time she died. When asked what the reason for their fallout could have been, Genuine replied in an interview, "Unfortunately,
damn, bro. So, what's the reason for
her
fallout?"
label, Blackground Records. In 2011, a documentary short movie titled Aaliyah Live in Amsterdam was also released shortly before the 10th anniversary of Aaliyah's death. Many more posthumous releases have adequately followed suit over the years. Meanwhile, on the 15th anniversary of Aaliyah's death, Genuine received some backlash after paying tribute to Aaliyah using the photo of a social media influencer who looked like her. According to BET, he later switched it up by posting a photo of him and Aaliyah after enough people called him out for it. Many wondered why he didn't post that in the first place anyway. Interestingly, Genuine and Aaliyah weren't the only ones who had a falling out. Reports have it that Genuine and Timbaland also fell out much later. According to Genuine, he felt as if Timbaland left him to produce and promote more popular artists like Justin Timberlake and Nelly Furtado. Today, Genuine is pretty much active in the business of singing, songwriting, acting, and dancing. A few months back, some people had even gotten a laugh out of Genuine's eccentric dance moves. But it's good to know that a handful of people understand him and will always be there for him. We appreciate you for watching.
That's, oh man, bro. Sheesh, gang. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. Bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know. We done dug deep into the Jay-Z hole, bro. Pause. We done dug pretty deep into the Jay-Z hole. But let's switch up the topics, bro. Let's switch up the topics real quick and get to something else, because we do got some other stuff on the docket before I get up out of here. I'm trying to add I had something else for y'all. What I got? Damn, I done opened up mad windows. Hold on. Here we go. Boom. Let's get to this real quick, bro. Babies vanish after online meetup goes horribly wrong. Let's tap in real quick.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Breathe. She's got a pulse. You're good.
I'm dying.
We're good. We got you. Breathe. Just keep breathing. Keep breathing.
Oh my goodness. Homicide is here. She didn't die. Yeah, that's not.
A peaceful morning turns into a terrifying nightmare when a woman is shot and her infant twins are kidnapped. As the police scramble to save the mother's life, a deliberate attempt to spread misinformation leads investigators to a dead end they did not anticipate. With no witnesses to the crime, police must race against time to find the babies before they disappear forever.
Some Lifetime movies.
On May 11, 2021, Savannah police rushed to a scene of a brutal shooting. 23-year-old Gabrielle Rogers had been shot multiple times inside her home before the shooter kidnapped her 2 children. Though her injuries are severe, Gabrielle manages to run across the street to get help from a neighbor before collapsing on her front porch. The following footage has mostly never been seen before.
Where's she shot? Where's she shot?
Right there.
We got one in the leg. We need a tourniquet. Do you have an extra set of gloves?
All right,
set of gloves. Tourniquet. I need gloves. Go.
If
Get
you
a
turn her
tourniquet on
head,
the leg.
you'll see her ear is all whatever. I don't know if it's here or down there. All I know is she told me she was shot. I don't know.
I got gloves.
If you turn her head on that side of her ear.
She has her kids.
She took my kids. They took her two kids. And they took her two kids. Too much tight, much tighter.
As officers assist Gabrielle, she shares a horrifying detail that she knows the shooter.
What's your name, ma'am?
Kathleen Daniels. She took my kids.
Kathleen what?
He took.
Knows the shooter.
What's your name, ma'am?
Kathleen Daniels. She took my kids.
Kathleen what?
She took my kids.
Kathleen Daniels took my kids.
Where does she live?
She lives cooler.
With the suspect's name identified, the officers are already a step closer to solving the case. However, they don't know yet that this information would in fact lead them down an unforeseen path of deception and twisted schemes. The shooter, Kathleen, had been visiting Gabrielle when she suddenly became agitated and claimed her phone was missing. When Gabrielle turned around to search for the phone, Kathleen strangled her with a phone charger and said, "Those are my kids, and I'm taking the kids."
What?
After a brief struggle, the suspect shot Gabrielle, grabbed the children from the nursery, and fled.
Oh
As the
my
officers work
gosh.
urgently to provide assistance to Gabrielle, her sister grows
Bro, did you hear this? Chat, this is nuts. She just decided to just steal her kids. Take on. They my kids now.
struggle. The suspect shot Gabrielle, grabbed the children from the nursery, and fled. As the officers work urgently to provide assistance to Gabrielle, her sister grows completely distraught.
Ma'am, can you hear me? Breathe. She's got a pulse. You're good.
I'm dying.
We're good. We got you. Breathe. Just keep breathing. Keep breathing. Can't tell. Your head's so.
Later investigation would reveal that the suspect and Gabrielle became fast friends, bonding online over Facebook chats about their pregnancies with twins, before meeting in person at the hospital for the first time the day Gabrielle had her twin.
Shorty was never pregnant. Shorty that took her kids was never pregnant. She planned on stealing her kids the whole time.
But Gabrielle didn't know that Kathleen is not who she believes her to be.
Right.
At the crime scene, Gabrielle's sister Jasmine desperately tries to work through her trauma to provide a statement to the police, while a witness helps fill in the gaps.
And then the police officers, they said she's got two kids, this is her sister that lives with her. She wasn't home at the time, so she don't know what's going on. Okay, ma'am. Twin boys.
They're about to be 6 months.
Okay. They took the woman that did this took them.
They were 6 months yesterday.
They took them.
No, 6 weeks. 6
So
weeks.
did you
6
see?
weeks.
She just did this all the information that she gave.
I just came. And
She
I
just
saw
came.
blood
She
all
came
over
to
my
me.
living room.
Okay. She came to me and she said a friend of hers, do you know Gabrielle or Gabriel or something like that? Somebody took her kids. Came in, shot her, took her two kids.
She said one of her friends was going to bring her a whole bunch of formula, and I was at a job interview, and I just got home.
And you seen the blood in the house, right?
You guys live
together?
You know her name?
Oh
What's her name? What's her name?
Gabrielle.
Hers is Gabrielle.
What's her name? My name is Jasmine.
Do you know Kathleen Daniels?
You do?
Who is that?
Okay.
Do you know where she lives?
Get them off the porch.
Come on, let's go. Well, I can't get off. That's my house.
As the officers attempt to remove the witness from her porch, it only fuels the chaos while Jasmine breaks down.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, come with me, please. There's a 2 and a 2.5-year-old in there. I gotta take
Yes,
care
ma'am.
of.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you gonna take care of them? You can't even get in the house.
I have more stress right now.
I'm gonna go through my back door. I understand this, but I got 6 kids under the age of 6, and I got my blind husband. He can't walk.
Enter through the back, okay?
Try to calm down. She'll be okay.
Okay.
You know Kathleen Daniels? Do you know what kind of vehicle she drives, ma'am?
The last time she came, I believe it was a silver car. Before she said she had a white car.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. It's gonna be okay. So who is Kathleen Daniels to her? She met her at a mom's group?
She's just a friend she met on a mommy's group on Facebook.
Has she ever been in your house?
Yes, she has.
Oh my God.
Apparently, Kathleen had met Gabrielle a couple of times and had provided baby supplies during some of those visits. As Jasmine continues to assist the officers, she shares information that potentially brings them closer to nabbing Kathleen.
We have a camera at our front door.
You have a camera at your front door?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Go ahead and pull it up for me.
Oh, Jesus.
As Jasmine searches through the footage, she makes a spine-chilling discovery.
The
11.
So it's gonna be about 15 minutes ago. So that'll place us about 10-15.
Okay.
Look around that time.
Awesome.
I only have these ones. I only have 9:57, 10:22. That's when I came. I don't know if they got it.
Oh, a picture of her vehicle? Was her vehicle taken, or someone took the kids?
Her vehicle's in the backyard.
Okay, what about the people that took the kids?
Who took the kids? I guess it's a girl she met on the mommy group. She told me before I left this morning that she had a whole bunch of cans of formula that she was bringing over, and I left to go to a job interview, and I just got back and I saw all the blood on the floor.
All right. Did you? So the lady was already gone and the kids were gone. So no one's seeing that, to your knowledge.
No.
Uncannily, Kathleen is never caught on camera, and police must now rely on Jasmine's description to find the suspect. Back on the porch, paramedics arrive to rush Gabrielle to the hospital, as other officers work to secure the crime scene.
Yep. Pulse, breathe in. He's breathing, got a pulse. Shower to the head. Chest and arm.
Feet first, Ian. Feet first. We're just gonna take her straight off.
Slide. She was. She hasn't said anything in a minute.
What do we have on the kids?
Here, can you hold the chest? Hold the chest while I move this.
All right, grab me a
Okay, just like that.
No.
Well, hey, Sarge, the house across the street, crime scene, the blood everywhere inside. If you want to go across the street, that door, yeah, everything's inside. Lock that down.
Come down. Nice and easy.
1241.
What's the signal out there on Southeast 36?
That's 7. Signal 7.
Well, you heard some part. How many? What happened? Okay. How many shots?
Immediately after Gabrielle is placed on the stretcher, officers rush to clear her house, unsure of what dangers might be lurking within. A grim discovery inside the house will soon provide critical evidence of the brutal injuries Gabrielle has endured.
Savannah police! Watch your back, Sullivan. Sullivan. There you go. Hold on, slide this way. Slide to your left.
Savannah police!
Just hold that.
Gotcha.
Hey, what do you got, boss? What do you have to your left?
Right here. Doorway right here.
Does it go all the way through?
I'm in the back. Yes, it goes all the way to the bathroom.
You see the bathroom?
Don't let anybody else in.
So how many times is she shot? 3. So there should
3
be...
Meanwhile, inside the ambulance, Gabrielle informs the officers that the suspect had stolen something else before she fled the scene.
She has your phone?
As officers locate the phone nearby, they suspect that Kathleen may have taken the phone from the scene, possibly to prevent Gabrielle from calling emergency services before quickly discarding it a couple of streets away. As officers run the name Kathleen Daniels through their database, confusing reports begin to pour in.
I don't know anything. I found one with a Pooler address in Tiburon. What's the address here? I don't know. Is it? Okay. Quick. Davis, Kathleen. We need to figure out who she is and about how old.
And I got nothing for Kathleen Davis and Pooler.
While some of the officials continue to hunt for Kathleen in their database.
Bro, she might have gave her a fake name from the jump, knowing that she was going to steal the kids. She might have gave her a fake name, new Facebook, all that.
Other officers canvass the neighborhood, searching for witnesses and footage of the suspect's fleeing vehicle.
Hey, how you doing today, sir? This your neighbor? Did you see any cars flee out from there or anything like that?
Oh my God, no, I sure didn't, man.
Did you hear anything?
I didn't hear nothing, man.
Okay. How far down do you live?
I'm right there. There go my wife walking.
Do you know if you got any cameras down here or anything
No,
like that?
man, I've been meaning to put some. I ain't gotten some deer cameras or anything up.
Okay.
Maybe 20, 25 minutes before y'all knocked on the door.
You heard a loud bang?
Yeah, because I was in the kitchen talking to my brother and I didn't pay any more attention. That's when I went outside to smoke in the yard. And
One
I
or
saw
two?
the car. One, loud one. Yeah. And I saw the police cars start coming in. Yeah.
After you heard the bang?
Yeah.
About how much?
About 5 or 10 minutes later, the police started coming down.
With little to go on from the neighbors, police must rely on Jasmine and Gabrielle's statements. However, the details are few, and the suspect's dark motives still evade them.
Gabriella, stay with me, sweetie. There we go. Look at me. You're doing good. You're doing great. I know. We can't take it off yet, but we're at Memorial, so it'll be off in just a minute, okay?
With tensions running high, officers face a momentary roadblock trying to get a stranger off the crime scene.
That's a goddamn bad name for a hospital. You tell me while I'm possibly dying that you taking me to Memorial. Shit, I'm thinking you taking me to my death. Memorial? Why the hell we going to Memorial? No, take me to the hospital. I'm trying to live. I just lost 100 pounds. I'm trying to live. I'm on my big punch shit. What you mean you taking me to Memorial? No, take me to health. I'm trying to live.
Hey, my man, you gotta get on the other side of the tape. Get on the other side of the tape. I'll tell you in a second. Calm down.
Talk to you. Let us talk to you first.
Calm down, brother.
What happened to her?
Shot.
What do you mean she was shot?
Hold on a second.
Let her explain.
She gotta explain it to you, man. Hey, look, I get it.
As the community continues to reel in the shock of the attack, officers and detectives begin formulating theories for the motivation behind the diabolical crime.
Yo, he pulled up. What? I ain't mad at you. The way he pulled up, rightfully so.
Prevalent theory is also the simplest.
Does she have any idea what happened? Why this?
Honestly, I think that it was an abduction. I think it's an abduction.
Well, I'm trying to get all that. She met somebody. I understand that. That's perfectly clear.
That black girl know. See, leave it to a black woman. She know, bro. It was an abduction. She the only one that get it. It was an abduction, bro. Shorty met her on Facebook through a little Facebook group. Came to bring her some food the first day. The next day, shot her, took the kids, said, I'm taking the kids. It's an abduction.
Befriending her, a female. Like, hey, girl, we can be mommy thing, whatever the case is.
We join this mommy group.
Right. So what would be her motive? She want the babies?
She wanted the babies.
Or she want to get her out the house for somebody to do it? Okay, all right.
She wanted those babies.
Okay.
Stephanie, who does this?
That's some TV stuff.
Right, this is for TV.
It's TV.
Who does this? This is a woman. This is a woman that is claiming to have kids and probably don't really have those kids.
Yeah, that want babies.
She
and
wanted babies.
And selling them. So this is my thing. A white car is involved. Do y'all know anybody with a white car?
No.
Okay.
And how in the world can we have cameras out here and nobody don't see her, but you see everybody else that's coming to the door?
Yeah,
so
I don't get it.
Obviously now I know she's been over here several times. So 9 out of 10, she's already kind of scoped out.
So she knows the ins and outs and how she can maneuver and manipulate. Correct.
If Stefan is correct, the suspect could have befriended Gabrielle to execute this frightening plot. Haunted by this unsettling theory, detectives speak with Jasmine, who shares more about Gabrielle's plans for the day.
Like I said, she came over and she said, I have a whole bunch of formula that I don't need because my babies don't drink that one. I remember her saying it specifically, yes.
Okay.
And she told me this morning before I left that was the person who was coming over to give her the formula.
What kind of formula?
The formula the twins drink is the Similac. She said it was a whole bunch of Similac because her twins don't drink that because they were smaller or something. Like one of her twin girl just came out of the hospital like last week. She got in a car accident the other day when she was supposed to bring over the formula, and I believe she went to Memorial. She works at Memorial as like in the ER.
As detectives dig deeper into the case, they're thrown off guard when they uncover that in one of her messages, Kathleen had claimed to work at the same hospital where Gabrielle was brought for emergency treatment now.
So the lady has twin girls too.
She has a boy and a girl.
She has a boy.
She had the boy at home, but the girl had to stay in the NICU. I remember her telling me that she brought her oldest child with her. He was 2. Okay. That's the only thing that I can think of because she said that the girl with the formula was coming and she was the one who said she had it. So it has to be her.
Shortly after, officers get their first breakthrough in the case when Jasmine shares a screenshot of Kathleen's image, taken from the Ring doorbell footage from one of Kathleen's previous visits. Officers accompanying Gabrielle at the hospital urgently search for Kathleen, looking to the hospital staff for answers.
So if I show you a picture, can you tell me if this is a bad picture, but does that look familiar to anybody that possibly works here? That you know of?
Tech? Let's see, I see it. Wasn't she here yesterday? She has the long
here yesterday.
She was here yesterday.
Yes. Hold on. This is the victim.
This is the suspect.
And what's her name?
Her name is Kathleen Daniels or Kathy Daniels. We believe our victim wasn't able to really, that was all she was able to say, and wasn't really able to give us much.
You're thinking of the same person I am, right?
The tech.
Yeah.
So there was,
heavier set tech. She was
here
yesterday. Red braids, I think.
She has braids.
Yes.
Okay.
She was here yesterday. They have the same body build.
Unsure if the tech and the suspect are the same person, the hospital staff search through the names in their database. However, they don't find anyone under the name of Kathleen Daniels or anyone who looks like the person captured by the security camera outside Gabrielle's home. With a promising lead quickly turning into a dead end, additional officers attempt to locate the list of visitors from the day Gabrielle gave birth at the same hospital.
So I'll be honest with you, since it's already on the news. There was 2 babies abducted today. Okay, so 2 babies abducted today. There was a woman who visited the victim here when she had her children on the 28th. The woman who visited her is the one who abducted the children. We're just trying to figure out who she
So
is.
was it a family member?
We don't know, and we believe she gave the victim a fake name, because you guys don't have Kathy Daniels or Kathleen Daniels that meets her description in your database, but somehow she got back here. So
Is they're not able to give you any information without going through our legal department. So we have to get you connected with them.
Okay.
Yeah, in order to give any information, and at that point in time, I think Rosemary can help you out.
While they couldn't obtain the visitor list from the hospital staff, the officers are about to learn something so extraordinary, it will completely flip the case over on its head. While Gabrielle fights to survive, police gain access to her phone, but somehow the social media profiles of Kathleen Daniels are nowhere to be found.
Right.
With no proof that she even exists outside of the surveillance footage from a week ago, police have no choice but to go to the media and release the image from Gabrielle's Ring doorbell footage, along with an Amber Alert for the twins.
Oh, that's the alert. 2 6-week. Yep, 2 6-week-old twin black males last seen leaving Savannah with a black female. I hope they do.
on my phones.
Oh, you got both phones. You all get the alerts too.
Miraculously, tips pour in immediately from local residents. According to the police report, a tip from the community provided information which advised that the infants were being held inside a home in Rincon, a city nearby. The reason officers couldn't find a single record of the mysterious Kathleen Daniels is because she doesn't really exist. This wasn't a simple case of a missing record or a misspelled name. Rather, this was a carefully crafted deception, an alias designed by the suspect to shield her true identity from her crime. Behind the mask of this fabricated identity was a woman named Angela Montgomery.
Wow.
The pieces of this harrowing puzzle were beginning to fall into place, and this revelation would only lead to darker secrets being uncovered. A SWAT team rapidly heads to Angela's home. At her residence, officers found Angela's 2-year-old son, her fiancé Dale, her mother, and 3 sisters, and the greatest discovery of all, the missing baby boys.
What?
Officers carry the infants from the house to a nearby police car and finally share an update that everyone had been desperately waiting for.
Hey, babies. All right. Hey, darling.
Somebody advised that we have both babies. That's all one. Somebody advised that we have both.
We have both. We have both.
At the time of her arrest, Angela was found naked and hiding in a closet. Outside, one of the detectives interviews Angela's mother, and what she has to share is nothing short of a nightmare in the making.
So Angela lives here. Whose babies?
I thought they were hers.
Huh?
I thought they were hers.
She had babies lately?
Yeah. Okay, where does she have her kids at, you know?
Today, supposedly, she had them. This is crazy.
Okay.
According to the police report, Shaniqua shared in a later interview that after she heard the Amber Alert, Angela took everyone's cell phones away and confessed to the kidnapping, saying, "I have something to tell you. I did something bad and I know you and Dale are going to hate me for this." Shaniqua immediately told Angela to give the babies back, and Dale began packing the baby's things.
She had a baby today?
That's what she said.
When last time you saw her other than today?
Yesterday.
Where did you see her at?
At my house.
And she looked pregnant?
She's been pregnant. She was supposed to be being induced today.
Okay.
When officers and detectives began searching Angela's home, they quickly located 3 firearms.
3 firearms?
Additionally, some baby Angela's home, they
What kind of gun is this?
quickly located
Oh, that is a gun.
3 firearms. Additionally, some baby formula was found in the kitchen cabinets. The house appeared to be fully equipped for 2 newborn babies. Police also found a mysterious note along with a
She really planned this joint, for real.
stunning piece of information, unveiling a horrifying and twisted motive that would shift the entire investigation.
So why are you here? Just to help her? So were you here when she came home with the babies? Oh, so what did she say to you when you saw the babies? You held them? So what did she say?
She said she had them.
Who was with her?
Nobody.
Just by herself? What kind of car she was in?
At the time, she had my car. She had borrowed my car.
According to the police report, when Shaniqua and Angela met at the hospital, Shaniqua observed one of the babies on Angela's dashboard and the other on the passenger seat. Oddly, both the babies were unclothed, but she didn't question her daughter about it. After completing the formalities at the police station, Angela is brought in for interrogation.
Now, mama going to jail too, it look like.
Soon enough, Angela, a.k.a. Kathleen, confirms what Jasmine told the officers about the Facebook group.
Big ass nasty.
However, she divulges some major details which completely contradict what the police had heard from Jasmine and Gabrielle.
There was another person there today.
Okay.
And you can look up my birth records. I'm adopted. And I have a sister.
Okay.
And we're twins. We are not identical. We are fraternal, technically. She was the other person there today and used it against me. It's the truth. My sister showed up exactly 3.5 months ago.
Ugly ass.
She's from New York. She lives in Jersey. I have her address.
As it happens, police never needed to verify any of the details concerning this other twin sister's involvement. According to the police report in an interview, while Angela's mother confirmed Angela was adopted when she was 2 weeks old, she reveals that Angela doesn't have a twin. Moreover, her family had no idea she'd not been pregnant for several months. Angela proceeds to ramble on about her fictitious twin sister Destiny, desperate to convince the detectives of her innocence. But they already know the truth about what she'd done, and her attempts to convince them otherwise are in vain. The detectives confront Angela, demanding the truth about what really happened that morning.
I woke up this morning with plans to tell my fiance that I'm not, that I miscarried. And today was supposed to be your induction date?
Induced labor.
Or induced labor. Technically? I never actually planned an induction date. It was supposed to be Saturday, and Saturday I was going to tell Dale, and something happened with his dad that was freaking crazy, so...
That's right. Angela lost her twins to a miscarriage prior to meeting Gabrielle. After befriending her under the guise of also being pregnant, she posed as a helpful friend. During this time, she learned where the cameras in the nursery were located in her house, and then kidnapped Gabrielle's children. From there, she attempted to fool her family into believing the babies were hers, to then raise them as her own. This was eerily close to what Gabrielle's uncle Stefan had theorized. When police were searching Angela's house, they discovered the astonishing evidence of the miscarriage, along with an unnerving note on her calendar.
So did she lose twins or something?
What?
Did she lose twins?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay, because it says the 8th that she'd get them or something.
You might want to take a picture of that.
I did.
Okay.
With enough evidence to charge Angela and the children secure, officers share the happy news with Jasmine and her aunt.
We went over to try and let her know first. And she's in the back.
Yeah. But they're okay.
Where did they find him? Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Rankin.
They were found in Rankin.
How's the lady? How's the lady that got shot? How is she?
Thank you, Jesus.
And they also have a suspect in custody as well. Okay. So.
On November 7th, 2023, Angela Kathleen Montgomery was found guilty with a mental health consideration of criminal attempt to commit murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and aggravated assault. She was sentenced to 30 years in prison with a lifetime of probation. Gabrielle Rogers survived her injuries and was reunited.
She survived her injuries, thankfully.
With her children. She is on the road to a full recovery.
That's what we love to hear. Beautiful. Able to end the stream on a good note. Alright, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I had a great stream with y'all, man. If these allegations against Jay-Z is real, bro, we gonna find out, bro, because I'm gonna tap into every single news update we get, everything that go on. Y'all know I'm here getting into it with y'all. I'm here reporting, so tap in with me. Subscribe, like the video, road to 3K, and I'm off this nasty, man. I'll see y'all in the next one, gang. Love, my hearties, my heart.